Thank everybody for being present. I apologize. I know we supposed to start it at 3 o'clock, but I have to go get some money and I have some business to attend to. But I appreciate everybody, you feel what I'm saying, attending, and I appreciate everybody, being here for this discussion. We will be talking about, the New World Order, and we will be talking about a one world government, and it's biblical for a lot of people who have read versions of the Bible. You probably should already know about the one world government, New World Order agenda. And I just want to shine some light on this topic. I just want to ask everybody before I get started to put a 1 in the chat. If you can hear me and see me, put a 1 in the chat. If you can hear me and see me, and I appreciate everybody being in attendance. I apologize. I know I was a little late, but it's better late, than not showing up at all. So I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I want to shine some light about the one world government. And to say this, right, before I get started, I'm gonna say this. YouTube is suppressing my messages. YouTube is not pushing my videos no more through the algorithm. But I don't do YouTube for numbers, although the numbers is good, because the more numbers you get, the more people you can wake up, you can enlighten, you can inspire, you can motivate, and the more people you can give some kind of form of insight. But YouTube is starting to suppress my message because of the topics I be talking about. And so I know I've been saying this, but sooner rather than later, I'm gonna start a Patreon, and we gonna just start talking about the deep shit on my Patreon that I'm gonna start in the next up and coming months, because it's getting to the point to where YouTube is not pushing the videos as frequent like they used to, because of the things we talk about. It's very deep, it's very sensitive, and it's a lot of keywords that I be talking about, and I go no filter. Y'all know how I do when I talk about certain shit. I go no filter. So I will be creating a Patreon for lives and stuff like that. That's more deeper, on a deeper level, because YouTube is just not. They're not trying to push the videos. And so, when I do create the Patreon, I'm gonna let y'all know, and I'm gonna try to make the tiers very affordable, so everybody can be able to afford it. You feel what I'm talking about? And I appreciate everybody being in attendance. First of all, let me say that. Hope everybody been having a good week so far. And let's get the business. Let's get to the topic at hand. Let me see who in the place to be. Narnia in this thing, say sup. What's good with you, Narnia? I see you in this thing, sis. What's happening with you, Narnia? RC say, what's going on? True and chat, salute. God bless you all. Man, RC has been, listen, everything going good with me, man. You know what I mean? God is good, brother. I hope everything is well with you, RC. I appreciate you tuning in, my brother. It's always a pleasure, man. JP in this thing, man. JP say, what's up, brother? Keep spilling the sauce. God bless you. God bless you too, JP. I see you in this thing, big dog. YW say, what's up? What's up with you, YW? I see you in this thing, brother. What's happening with you, man? We got Danielle in this thing. Say, hi, True Media. How are you? I'm doing good, sis. I'm fantastic. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling blessed, energized, and I'm ready to get down to business. Daniel Berry Sports say, what's up? All happy Saturday. What's up with my brother Daniel Berry Sports in the building, man? Happy Saturday to you, Daniel Berry. I see you in this thing, big dog. My sis Didi in the building. You feel me? Say greetings, all guys and goddesses. Much enjoy, love. I know it's going to be amazing. At a festival. I'll miss my spiritual family. Have a fantastic and fabulous Sabbath. You too, sis, and you enjoy yourself at the festival. Have fun, and create good memories, sis. And we'll be here. We'll be here. Deborah said, love, light, and peace, True Media and live to the chat. I see you in this thing, Deborah. What's good with you, Deborah? Deborah say, at Didi, enjoy your day. See you on the next one. Absolutely. Everybody got the ones. Deborah say we here. Fierce Soul in this thing. What's good with you, Fierce? Sam in this thing. Fierce say shout out to Shout out to you, bro. 100. Shout out to you too, Fear Souls. I appreciate you tuning back on in, brother. Deborah said YouTube is haters. Yeah, YouTube be hating. YouTube be hating. You know, but I'm not the only one they doing it to. I've been seeing a lot of other creators who've been getting suppressed by YouTube. So YouTube got this thing going on right now where they just not pushing videos no more like they used to. I don't know. It ain't gonna stop nothing, no. King James in this thing say you should filter. Nah. If I filter the message, then I'm not gonna be who I was called to be. Everybody shouldn't filter it. That's why I'm gonna create a Patreon, King. So when I create the Patreon, we ain't gonna have to worry about YouTube. We can cut out the middleman. You feel me? Now, some messages I do filter for the sake of trying to make sure it get the amount of reach and push that it need to get. But far as me not being who I was called to be by doing this, I can't filter every video. I can't promise you that. I can't promise that. Kai in this thing say, oh no. Brittany say, hey, you, what's good with you, Brittany? I see you in this thing, sis. Hope everything is well with you, sis. Let me see. Xavier say, this was planned even before 9/11. I just had a thought about it. Yeah, the New World Order, was something that they had in plan for almost 100 years. They've been planning the New World Order since the 1800s. Okay, and so now we here, and they trying to put their foot down on this shit. Okay, and we got to make sure we speak about it and keep each other enlightened and keep each other hip to what's going on. Lost in this thing. Okay. William say, hey, brother, much love and respect. What's good with you, William? It's all love, my brother. I appreciate you tuning in. Fear Soul say, I think my boy True off one them Celsius drinks. How you know, bruh? Hey, Fears. Hey, listen. Listen, bro. I gotta do it, bro. You feel me? Hey, listen, bro. Listen. I'm just saying, bro. Listen, those way better than rock stars. They way better than rock stars. These right here, they way better than Monster drinks because they really work. You feel me? Danielle say, are you talking about the Antichrist in this video? No. We would not be talking about the Antichrist. This is not about Revelations and the Antichrist. This is about the New World Order, okay? And the one world government. Got the one. William say, hey, bro, any words of encouragement? I'm not doing too well, man. The devil is all over me. Don't know how much fight I have left in. Yeah, this is what I tell you, William. Before I get started, I'm letting everybody get a little chance to get on in before we get started with the discussion. So I'm gonna let people, take a few more minutes to get on in. But this is what I would tell you, William. Don't focus on what you can't control. The easiest way to fall into a state of depression is worrying about things you have no control over. So my advice to you is to just let you know that if it's something that you're worried about that you can't control, stop worrying about it. Let it go. If it's something that you can control, fix it or find a way or find a solution to come up with an answer so you can get over it. But if it's something that you can't control, don't even worry about it. So if you got fired, if you got laid off, if you didn't get paid on time, those things you can't control. All right? To a certain extent. But if it's something you can control, then you should be figuring out a solution to come up with some kind of formula so you can fix it and prevent it from happening later on down the line. Another thing is, don't put too much stress on yourself. I know we always worried about trying to fit into societal expectations about what we don't got, what we need, what we missing out on. Don't worry about that shit, bruh. Everything that's meant to come to you is going to come to you. I promise you. Long as you doing what you got to do, long as you keeping your head, in the right space, Everything that's meant to come to you is going to come to you at the right time. Not when you want it to come, though, but it's going to come to you when it's purpose and destined to come to you. So another thing we have to stop doing is putting so much pressure and stress on ourselves when it comes to life. We all go through challenges. We all deal with obstacles. We all deal with unnecessary payments, unnecessary bills. We deal with deaths. Somebody died in the family. We do it all. We all go through things. But to remain in a state of peace is to focus on the things you can control and separate it from the things you can't control. You can't do nothing about somebody passing away. You can't do nothing about you getting fired to a certain extent. These are things you can't control. You can't do nothing about somebody lying on you or speaking on your name or making up rumors about you. You can't do nothing about that. People gonna talk about everybody. So keep your mind focused on the things that you can control. All right. So that's my advice to you. We're gonna get started here shortly. Let me read a few more questions and then we gonna go in. Let me see real quick. Lost Vlog say so I feel like we literally gonna have to build up here and build with keeping resources up. Yeah. One thing we gotta understand is the government is implementing different strategies to take advantage of all the natural resources. They're trying to take over the planet. Okay? They're trying to take over the planet. So what we need to be doing is rebelling and coming up with, finding different ways to implement different strategies from preventing them from taking over all these natural resources. Because we see what they did with the fruit trees. They already cut down all the fruit trees, all the plum trees, all the apple and orange trees. They cut them all down because they trying to control the natural resources of the earth. And that's where we got to step in, rebel, and take a stand against their strategy. Kai say, it's getting crazy out here. It definitely is. William say, I'm trying to do the best I can, but everything now is against me, bro. It's killing me. Yeah, man, stay strong. Keep your head up, man. I understand, brother. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta be strong, man. It's a fight. It's a fight, man. It is. Fears got laughing. Yeah, Fears, you called it. You called it, Fears. I should have went and got another one. I just drunk that one. RC say them Celsius drinks be hidden. Yeah, bro. You know my tolerance is real low because I don't do drugs. I don't smoke weed no more. I don't, drink alcohol. So I got a very low tolerance. So when I drink something that have a little bit of energy boost, it be like I'm on 10. You feel me? I'm on 10 around this thing. Lost Vlog say, you gotta give it to God, twin. Yeah, that's what you gotta do, William. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. It's all love, William. That's what I'm here for, man. Lost Vlog say that's facts. Lost Vlog say God's time. The shadows say the Antichrist is real. The third Antichrist is coming in the 2060s. The first two were Napoleon, Hitler, the prophet Nostradamus predicted that. Well, we already got multiple antichrists that's already here on the earth. The antichrist is not one person. Let me go into the antichrist real quick. The antichrist is a body of people. Just like the church and God in Christ is a body of people. Although it's looked at as one, for a lot of people that's religious, the body of Christ is one body. That's the same way it is for the Antichrist. The Antichrist is multiple different individuals, but it serves as one body. Okay? So I want y'all to remember that. Danielle, you got restricted. Platinum Mouse say, that's true, brother. True. William say, I really, really appreciate you, bro. I always try to catch your lives. Much love. Yeah, bro. Don't put too much on yourself, William, brother. It's a lot of things I'm dealing with too right now in life. But I gotta muster up enough strength. And I gotta make sure that I don't overwhelm myself with concerning myself with things that I can't control. You know what I mean? There's some things that I got going on right now in life. But I gotta worry about those things when I get to it. I'm gonna deal with it when I get to it. But right now, I gotta keep sanity, and I got to keep my focus on what's in front of me. Okay, Platinum Al say, it's always something every day for real, for real. I'm just glad I'm still alive, man. I'm telling you. Juan say, Danielle say, does anyone else think people will create robot police officers? Well, they already got them. One of the things is we got to understand and realize everybody that you see is not human. Some of the police officers is robots. They real agents, like the Matrix. They robots. And they have the functionings of a real human being. They can kill you. They will kill you. And some of them malfunction from time to time. And so, just like you have robots, polices, that's real robots, you have a lot of humans, millions of humans, that's not even real humans. They robots. And that's why some people crash out and they act the way they do. They implants. You feel what I'm saying? And so you got to understand what we're dealing with in this day and age. We're dealing with a lot of different moving parts. Las Vlas say they already have in China. Yeah. We got to remember, man, China and America is not beefing. China and America is distant allies. Okay? Saudi Arabia, China, America, Europe, Africa, Russia, North Korea, all these different countries is with each other. They work with each other. This is what we call the global elite. The global elite is trying to form a one world government. Let's get back. Now we about to go into today's lesson. Hopefully everybody got enough time so they can get on in. But now we about to get started on the lesson. Because that question that you just, or that statement you just made, Lost, it raised, now it takes me right into my next point, which is the first segment. We have to understand China, Russia, America, Europe, Canada, all these different countries is trying to form a one world government. They all on the same team. They'll make it seem like to us like they at war with each other. They not at war with each other. They at war with the people. Let me repeat myself. These countries is not at war with each other. They at war with the people of these different nations. I'm going to repeat that one more time. These countries, they not at war with each other. They at war with the citizens of these different nations. Okay? So when y'all see people talking about America and China is going to go to war, that ain't going to happen. They already signed the peace treaty. Can it happen? Yes, it can happen. Anything is possible. But will it happen? Most likely it won't happen. Because China and America is they distant allies. They all have formed an alliances from Russia, China, Canada, America, Europe, Spain, not Spain, Africa, North Korea. They all have formed an alliance to come up with the one world government. The one world government is what they working on. That's why in China, they already went with a digital currency. Europe already went with the digital currency and the digital IDs. America didn't go digital yet, although America still have digital currency far as crypto and all these different things like that. America haven't went as strict like China. China already got it set up to where those citizens in China is already operating under the guidelines of a digital system. Digital money, currency, digital IDs, digital credit. Okay, everything is digital in China for the most part. For the citizens. These is the same strategies that they is trying to implement throughout all the continents and all the different countries all across the world. So everything else that you see, When you hear about wars, it's propaganda. Okay? It's premeditated. It's premeditated. It's propaganda. So America and Russia and China is on the same team. Putin, I forgot the president of China. Not North Korea, not Kun, but the president of China. Um, they all on the same team. They all work with each other. Okay? And through them, they is trying to establish what we would call the New World Order, or a one world government with a one world religion and a one world banking system. This shit is about to happen. It's about to happen. It's already happening. The best thing we can do is go non-compliant, and that can be one of the best ways we can fight against what they getting ready to do. So they trying to form a one world government, a one world banking system, and a one world religion. Those is the main key things. Government, they trying to all make it a one world government. They trying to all form a one world religion, which means that everybody is going to believe the same thing. And those who don't believe in a one world religion, those the people who's going to get put to death. And it talks about this in the Bible. It talks about the persecution of the individuals who don't accept the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast comes after the one world government is established. Once the one world government get established, they're going to come out with the FRID chips, which is another name for the mark of the beast. So you won't be able to buy, sell, trade, nothing. Because everything could be digital. And if you ain't got that chip, you ain't going to be able to form in this digital system or in this one world government. Okay? So they're trying to form the one world government. They're trying to form a one world religion, and they're trying to form a one world banking system. All right? So I want y'all to know that. I want y'all to remember that all these people is on the same team. Okay? They call it the global elite, or the world government. Okay? So I just want to get that out the way before I got some other stuff I want to tell y'all about what's getting ready to happen and what's going on already too as well. William said, I also tell myself each day it's a blessing from God. Yeah, man, God got you, brother. That's why he got you over here. Lost Vlad say, everything we have seen in the movies will come to reality. Yeah, well, you got to think, Lost. Most of the things you see in the movie is predictions. Is scripted. Just like everything you see in cartoons or in Bart Simpson's, it's scripted. So they tell you without telling you what's getting ready to happen before it happened. I'm going to repeat. They tell you without telling you what's getting ready to happen before it happens. Okay? And they got different symbolism or different signs that they put in cartoons and movies and music to give you a hint on what's about to happen. And so it's all premeditated. All right? From Hollywood all the way to the music industry. It's all premeditated. And if you look at the movie that Will Smith played in about 20 years ago now, it's a movie that Will Smith starred in. It's called I, Robot. I don't know if y'all seen that movie, but you should go back and check out that movie called I, Robot. That movie was a movie they made 20 years ago that was predicting how the future was going to look with robots taking over the world. Now, fast forward 20 years later, that movie predicted the future, or it predicted our reality and what we up against right now today. So I, Robot, y'all go back and check that movie out. It's an old movie with Will Smith. Will Smith played in the movie, and it was a movie with robots trying to take over the earth. It's called I, Robot. And, you know, if you look at what we're dealing with today, to go back to Danielle's question, what Danielle asked, is police officers robots? Yes. Yes. You feel what I'm saying? And so we have to remember and understand it's all premeditated. It's all scripted. Okay? And so we want to remember and pay attention to the signs as much as possible. Law said a majority of it already has. Yeah, you're right. Glory say every day I just try to be happy because we only have one life. Yeah, I mean, you got to make the best of it too. Deborah said I just lost my great nephew on the 19th of this month. My condolences to you, Deborah. Sorry to hear about that. This month hit me hard, but I got to continue this thing called life. Yeah, life goes on. It do, and it's sad because you know we gonna be in them pressurized situations, but just gotta muster up the strength to just keep moving forward. You know, as best as possible. William say, Lost Vlog, yes, I could definitely see robot polices in the future. They already got them right now. They already here. Every police officer that pull you over is not human. They might look human. They might got the the toning of a human, but they not human. Glory say, even when I'm mad. Lost say literally, up T in this thing. What's good with you, up? Say peace and prosperity. True, I see you in this thing, up T. What's up with you, big dog? Lost say, it's a legion. It's a legion. It's a legion. And that's what the the uh the Antichrist consists of. It's a legion. They come in many different, they come in a multitude of many different forms and many bodies. That's what the Antichrist is. It's not just one person. Okay. Terry say, okay. I don't know what you talking about, Terry. Law say, we the same. We twins. Glory say, peace is really on the way. If you try to cheat your way in life, you will not succeed. I have been through this, so peace definitely the wave. Yeah, I'm telling you, that solves everything, really. Especially when you learn how to value it. Law say twin, RC say multiple deities. Yeah, yeah. And the thing about it is, the thing about this one world government, this is the thing about these different nations. This is the beast that the Bible talk about. When the Bible talk about, I seen a creature coming up out the sea with horns on his head and all these different things that was described in Revelations, it's talking about these different nations, how they joined forces and how they established a ruling class. So anytime you read the book of Revelations, and the book of Revelations is talking about, I seen a creature, I seen a beast come out the ocean, and it give you a description of the numbers and all these different things containing to the beast, which that is talking about these different nations and how they form in alliances to come together to take over the world. Okay? So remember that. Lost Vlad say, that's real glory. Shakina in this thing. What's good with you, Shakina, baby girl? I see you in this thing, sis. Say, hey, true. In chat, we doing good, We knew you was coming. How you doing, sis? Glad to see you back in the place to be, sis. Lost say, push positivity always. Yeah, man. I'm telling you. That's the way. Lost Vlad say, and the Lord going to take care of the righteous always. Always, man. Don't never forget that. William say, and also, brother, we the silver and black for life. Oh, yeah, you know it's Raider Nation. Come on, bruh. It's town business. It's town business, man. You know it's Raider Nation. I don't care if we in Oakland, my hometown. I don't care if we in Las Vegas. I don't care if we on the moon. It's Raider Nation for life. Shit, come on, man. It's Raider Nation die hard. I'm talking about I used to tailgate at the Raider games at the Coliseum every Sunday. Me, my mama, my sisters, we used to be at the tailgates every Sunday doing it big, man. Come on, bruh. It's town business. Shit, they ain't going nowhere. And they really still the Oakland Raiders. But you know, some people just call them the Las Vegas Raiders because that's where they play at. But we know all the tradition and the culture is still in Oakland. Glory say, don't ever get into the bad energy. Move away from the bad energy at all times. Yeah, because one of the main things about this one world government is they trying to put people into space, or they trying to put people in a mentality to off theyself, or to be discouraged to the point to where they give up and they quit on themselves. That's why they making it hard. And when I dive into my second segment, I'm gonna tell you the purpose of this and why we dealing with inflation, taxes, and all these high rates and high prices. I'm gonna tell you where this shit coming from. It's gonna blow your mind. Glory say amen. Glory say police is part of the system. Yeah, they agents. YW say, yeah, you have to find a way to ease your mind, or you're going to go crazy for real. I'm telling you, because it's a million different things that could drive you crazy. If I didn't have control of my mind, I got a list of things right now that I'd be going crazy about. But I have to tell myself, listen, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Feel what I'm saying? It'll be all right. YW say somewhat. William say also, bro, I have been a diehard Oakland A's fan since the late 80s. Love the A's. Come on, bro. You all in there. Shit. Come on, man. You know my squad, William. Shit, I'm Raiders. I'm Oakland A's. And I'm Golden State Warriors for life. It's Bay Area over here. I'm not one of them people who is from Oakland, but I go for a team from somewhere else. Nah. I go for all my teams. I'm from Oakland, born and raised. Raiders, A's, Warriors. Period. Whether we losing, whether we winning, whether we shit, whether we, ain't doing good, I'm going to always rock with my team. You feel me? Because you got to stay down till you come up. Straight up. Hell yeah, William. Shout out to you, brother. Kai say the military is full of robots. They implement their brains with AI and shit. Why you think people in the military and people in these different, that serve in law enforcement, why you think they so programmed to where they don't never give you a break? Most police officers, they never give you a break. They always go by the book. They never really give you a break like, hey, man, I know your tail light is out, but I'm going to just let you go because, I understand. They never understand. They never give you a break. They always there to make it harder. Have you noticed that? Most police officers and people that work in the military, they overly programmed and stimulated to make it harder on the citizens of this nation. That because they're not human. They don't have no emotions. And some of them is human, but they lab-made humans. They come from the lab. It's a real thing. It'll blow your mind. Deborah say, stress, depression is the number one killer. Be content and deal with it when it comes to being strong, everybody. Yeah. Thanks for sharing that, Deborah. That's good advice. Danielle say, I'm so grateful I'm not involved with the police. Yeah, me too. William say, hope you have a great and blessed holiday weekend, brother. You too, brother. You be good out there. RC say, exactly. I'm trying to keep up this time, y'all. Lost say, he's speaking facts. Lost say, we got to think about if they print money, we the slaves. Yeah, they print money for the slaves. The thing that the one world or the ruling class, the thing that the ruling class or the one world government goes after is resources. They don't care about the money. Most people think they care about the money, but they don't really care about the money. That's why they're trying to take everything digital so they can control you. Once they're able to take the currency, the IDs, and everything else digital, they know they got you. They can control you they can control you to the max, as much as they want. So what they do with the old money, they take the old money and they burn it. They burn it. That's what they do with money. So y'all remember the old $5 bills and the old $2 bills and the old $100 bills? You know what they do with them old bills? They burn them. They burn it because they don't want no traces to that old money or to that old system. So they burn that money. That's the same thing that they going to do with the new money that we got right now. They going to one day burn it once they really supersede their plans of implementing the the one world government and implementing the digital currency, once that system really take place, they gonna burn all the money so it won't be no traces to no money. And even if you do still have money, you ain't gonna be able to use it. Once they really go digital with the money worldwide, you ain't gonna be able to use no money. And that's why you seeing them, they slowly for surely getting us to buy into using credit cards. You see why they pushing credit cards? Y'all see why they pushing debit cards? The reason why they want us to use debit cards and credit cards, because once you get used to tapping on your phone or tapping with your debit card or your credit card, that can automatically, systemically make you buy into the one world government or the digital currency. So let me show you something. So this is my Chime card, right? This is my bank, my Chime card. I'll show you something else. Let me get it. Hold up, let me get it. This is my credit card. This is my Chime credit card, and this is my Chime debit card. The thing about these is these is the early stages of digital currency. We not quite there yet, because I can still go to the bank and I can take some money off my card. I can still use my credit card, you know, just to build my credit. If I feel like I wanted to keep building my credit, I use my credit card. But these things is set up in place for uh you to buy into the digital currency process. Okay? So when you tapping, you see that little chip? You see that chip? When you using these chips, when you tapping, when you paying for your goods and services, these chips is going to become a FRID chip, which is the mark of the beast. So they gonna take these chips out the card and they gonna try to put them in your hand. Okay? And so the next step after these cards, the next step is for them to get rid of these. The first thing they got to do is get rid of money. After they get rid of money, which they've been doing, that's why most people use credit cards and debit cards. I don't even use a lot of money like that. I keep a couple thousand on me, pocket change, just in case. But most of my money stay on the cards. Now, after they get rid of the money, what they gonna do is, the next step is they gonna get rid of these. They gonna get rid of the credit card, and they gonna get rid of the debit card. And then what they gonna do is they gonna create the FRID chip, which they already got it out. It's already out. They gonna put it in your hand. Okay? And that's how you're gonna use the digital system. Okay? So that's what the one world government is trying to formulate and establish right now, while everybody watching football and basketball. They figuring out different ways to implement their strategy, which is the mark of the beast, which is the digital currency process. And like Loss said, China is already doing it. China already have people chipped. America have people that's chipped too. Europe already went digital with IDs and shit like that. And on these different chips, all your information will be on these chips. Your banking information, your identification, your portfolio, your real estate portfolio. This is how you will pay your bills. This is how you will get access to your funds, all on the chip. Okay, so we got to understand what we up against. Uh, um, Danielle say, I've always feared police officers without a logical reason. It might be a past life fear of phobia. Yeah. Uh, well, that's why it's a lot of police brutality that goes on in this nation and other countries, because a lot of these things that they call police officers, they're not real human beings. And some of them is real human beings, but some of them is under a state of MK. Some of these police officers is under a state of MK Ultra mind control, which means most of these officers, in order for them to be an officer, they have to be under a state of mind control in order to be accepted for being a part of law enforcement. And when you under a state of mind control, you're not in your right state of mind. You being told what to do, therefore you being programmed and trained to do whatever you program and trained to do. So if they tell you to shoot, you gonna shoot. That's why you got some people that's in the Army, Navy, military. These people, they don't even think twice. If one of the sergeants or the lieutenants tell them to kill somebody, they gonna kill you without even thinking twice, because they programmed. And some of them not even humans. All right? So you got to be on the lookout for them too. William say again, thank you for taking the time out to give great words of uplifting and much encouragement. It's all love, William. I got you, man. Law say and you welcome, brother. Law say because they don't even use or need the money at all. DEP is for us. LOL. This shit is GTA server. Yeah, the DEP is the excuse to make people work harder and put in more hours of labor and to work harder stages of labor. That's all DEP is for. DEP is not real. America don't owe nobody. America is not in debt. The people that's in debt is the citizens of America or this country or this nation. Okay? The thing about being in debt is it's not real, and the thing about being in debt is it's a strategy that's implemented that makes people work harder, or that excuses so this how debt works. They came up with the debt system so they can make an excuse to get people to work more hours, or they can make an excuse to jack up the prices, or they can make an excuse to create inflation, to create more property taxes. The reason why they able to get away with creating property taxes, inflation, raising the prices of food, raising the prices of rent, utility bills, the reason why they able to get away with doing that shit is because the debt is 37 or 38 trillion dollars. That debt really doesn't exist. That's a fake debt. It's fake. The plan is, when they came up with the strategy or the agenda from the debt thing, they wanted to get people to buy into the process of understanding that because we owe debt, you have to pay higher taxes. You get it? You get it? You see the plot? Because we owe debt as a nation, we have to create inflation. And a lot of people go along with it like ain't nothing wrong with it. They never question it. They never question, is we really in debt or not? Most people never question it. Most people really think America is in debt. America ain't in debt. That shit fake. It don't exist. That's an excuse to get you to work more hours at your job. That's an excuse to get you to pay higher prices for food and groceries. That's an excuse to get you to pay more taxes. That's an excuse to get you to pay when it comes to things being inflated at a higher rate. But debt don't exist. Okay? So I want y'all to remember and understand that. Law said, loaned out fruit and food when you can literally grow all of that should be for free and have our mule and an acre of land. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why they got they got these major corporations buying up. Look at HOA. I mean, yeah, HOA. You know what I'm talking about, Loss. HOA own a lot of different real estate in America. BlackRock, they own a lot of real estate in America. BlackRock and HOA, they they like joint ventures. So when you go to buy your house nowadays, it's coming with all the level of restrictions and limitations is because it's a HOA house. That HOA house have so many limitations, it ain't even funny, or have so many restrictions, it ain't even funny. You got to keep your grass cut. You can't play no music. Uh 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 uh. You can't have too many cars parked in your driveway. What kind of shit is this? What kind of shit is this? If this is my house and I bought this house, it shouldn't be no amount of restrictions what I'm allowed to do with my house on my property. I should be able to park 10 different cars in my driveway if I want to do that. But when you under a HOA restricted program, you being limited to the amount of freedoms you can have when it comes to, you know, living the way you choose to live. And that's why they created all these backdoor programs, HOA, and all these backdoor ass programs to where they buying up a large portion of real estate in this country. In fact, not even just in America, they doing this shit all around the world because we got to understand it's a one world government. China doing the same thing to their citizens. Africa doing the same thing to their citizens. Canada doing the same thing to their citizens. Europe doing the same thing to their citizens. This shit is not just in America. This shit is a worldwide phenomenon. That's why it alarms me when people always talk about America, America, America. This shit is worldwide. Everybody doing this shit. Do you know in Mexico, they got a lot of protests? You just don't hear about it on the news. Do you know in China, they do a lot of protests? You just don't hear about it on the news. Do you know in Europe, they do a lot of protesting because the equality is not there? Do you know in Africa, they do a lot of protests? Do you know in Canada, they do a lot of protests? Because they fighting for citizenship and equality. But they never tell you what's going on in these other countries. Sometimes they would, but if you ain't doing your due diligence or your research, you would just think it's only in America. This shit is worldwide. You have Russian citizens who don't like Putin. They hate that nigga. You have Russian citizens who don't like the president that's in China. I forgot his name. You have the citizens who don't like Un that runs North Korea. You have citizens who don't like the president that's in Africa that's controlling those resources. You have citizens who don't like the president or the government or the government that's in Europe. This shit is worldwide because they all on the same team. They all on the same team. So I want y'all to remember that. William say also, bro, what's up with the mark of the beast? We won't be able to buy or sell without the mark. That's insane. Well, the thing about the mark of the beast, the people who accept the chip or the people who do accept the mark of the beast, they're going to be able to buy and sell. And then the people who don't accept the mark of the beast, we is going to have to scrap for our food, and we is going to have to implement our own agriculture system to grow our own goods. It's just like living off the grid. It's like living off the grid. So the people who don't accept the mark of the beast, we gonna be the ones that's living off the grid. We ain't gonna be able to go into the city, buy, sell, and trade. We gonna be the ones that's living off the grid, and we gonna be the ones that have to grow our own food. We gonna have to be the ones that have to create our own water system, and we gonna have to be the ones that provide our own shelter for ourselves. That's how it's gonna happen. Now, the ones who do accept the mark of the beast, it's gonna be normal like the way life is right now today. You can go to the grocery store. You can go to the bank. You can buy real estate. You can do all these different things like we do right now today. But for the ones who don't accept the mark of the beast, we gonna be the ones that's gonna have to live off the grid and be self-sufficient. That's how that work. Okay. Lost Vlad say, you got to think about it, my boy. Yahshua in the woods, he done gone off the grid and set up a whole cabin made out of sticks, shrub, and it is nice for real. Life is supposed to be so much, yeah. And that's what I was just talking about when I was talking about the mark of the beast. For those of us who don't accept them, for those of us who don't accept the mark of the beast, we ain't gonna have no choice but to live off the grid. We're not going to be able to live within these smart cities. We're gonna be ostracized. We're gonna be exploited. We're gonna be looked at as an outcast because we ain't got the chip. All right. That's why I said if anybody out there, you know, ain't got used to living, having some kind of form of self-sufficiency, it's important you learn how to fish, learn how to hunt, learn how to start a fire, learn how to figure out what water you can drink that's drinkable. You feel what I'm saying? Nessa got the love. William say, I would never take that mark. Yeah. Lost say, we are slaves to companies. If we work in jobs, I promise you, the Lord will always take care of you. If we pay you, any individual, just surrender and stop trying to be in control of anything I didn't create. Yeah, yeah. Well, the land gonna always provide, loss. The land is gonna always provide. And so, you just gotta be. You gotta learn how to be self-sufficient. RC say it's all planned. It's all about depopulation as well. All about control. Yeah. And this is the reason why they create wars. Wars is one of the main ways they can unalive a large group of people, within a small, within a small time frame. So, that's why they create things like wars. Because we know Agenda 21 is about the depopulation agenda, which they did back in 2020 when they created the V, and millions of people across the world was unalive because of that 2020 shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And so, all that shit is a part of the plan. All right. Lost Vlad say, myself neither. Did you create yourself either? William say, I always stood strong on my faith and nobody will ever change that. Lost Vlad say, acknowledge and keep pushing against the system by replying on God. Yeshua showed us all of this and why we would need to reside in Christ. Michigan, okay, Michigan. RC got the exactly. Lost say, they about to suffer because they think we scared of them making this system. I will go build in the middle of the woods. I'm a carpenter. Yeah. And that's what most of us gonna have to turn to, Lost. We're gonna have to turn to building our own camping grounds or building our own shelters and fending for ourselves. That's what it's gonna come to. William say, Jesus will always be king. Lost say, Jesus was a carpenter. Yeah, we need to start collecting seeds. Lost say, we gonna have to hold out. Well, the Jesus. Let me speak on that real quick. I don't want to go down this lane, but I know y'all keep saying Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. The person that's gonna come back and save you is you. Ain't nobody coming from the sky. What's gonna happen is what God is gonna do for the sons and daughters of the earth, the frequency of the earth is gonna rise. And as that frequency of the earth rises, the Christ, the consciousness is gonna come back and it's gonna be reincarnated. The Christ consciousness is gonna be reincarnated through the spirit. That's what's gonna come back and save you. It's gonna be the Christ consciousness, which get reincarnated, which get reincarnated through the spirit, through frequency. It's not gonna be a person per se that crack open the skies. That's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So you're not going to see a man in the clouds. That's symbolic for the Christ consciousness. Let me explain to you about what the Christ consciousness is. The Christ consciousness is a part of the Kundalini energy, or it's a part of the chakras, or it's a part of a frequency that's going to rise on the earth, which we already experiencing right now to this day. Those who catch the Kundalini energy or this frequency that arises for the sons and daughters is going to be like a divine intervention that's getting ready to happen. That is going to be the Christ that comes back and saves you. Okay? It's going to be a frequency. Christ it means to be anointed. It is a consciousness. It's a state of consciousness and awareness. And that is going to be reincarnated through the spirit. Once the Christ consciousness get reincarnated through the spirit, the people or the sons and daughters of God is going to rise above and start rebelling against this system and start having superpowers. And the rapture is going to happen, not a physical rapture. The rapture meaning it's going to be spiritual. It's not going to be physical. It's going to be spiritual. So what's going to happen is you're going to have a lot of people who get caught up in this Kundalini energy. You're going to have a lot of people who get caught up in this Christ consciousness. And those going to be the ones who prevail to the top, or who get caught up in this rapture, dealing with the rebirth or the reincarnation of the Christ consciousness. Those who go through the stages of dealing with the rebirth of the Christ consciousness, you're going to be raptured. You're going to be raptured off. And you ain't going to be a part of the old world. You ain't going to see the old world like you used to. Those who don't get caught up in the rebirth of the the reincarnation of the Kundalini energy or the Christ consciousness, they gonna be left behind. Those gonna be the people who get left behind. The ones who still operating at a low vibration, they gonna get left behind. And everybody who's elevated with frequency, those the ones who gonna get caught up in a rapture, and you're gonna go through a spiritual transformation, and it's gonna get to the point to where a lot of people who was once prominent, or a lot of people who was once looked at as powerful, they're gonna die off. They're gonna die off because the frequency of the earth is not gonna allow them to live as the frequency rises and as the sun get hotter. The sun is getting hotter. So as the sun continue to get hotter, you have to understand a lot of people ain't gonna understand how to, withstand the heat that's coming from the sun. So a lot of people is gonna perish. In this new world, or in this new earth, when it say in the Bible, Jesus say, or Yahshua say, or the Messiah say, or the Savior say, I went and prepared a place for you, a new heaven on earth is going to be formulated. A new heaven on earth is going to be established. The thing it was talking about is people is going to elevate with the frequency of the earth. As the frequency of the earth rises spiritually, consciously, we're going to rise as well, which is going to put us back into a state of paradise, because it's going to be a lot of shifting going on, because you're going to have to understand that a lot of what you see that's evil ain't going to be able to withstand the frequency of the earth as it continues to rise. All right? And you're going to have different levels of divine intervention taking place, far as God, the Most High, is going to make it hard for people who still at a low vibration to live on this new earth. In fact, you won't be able to survive. And that's why you're seeing a lot of people die off right now as we speak. They ain't able to keep up with the frequency of the earth. Okay? So I wanted to break that down for you. We'll say amen, brother. Only say 100. Lost say primitive danger. RC say especially in movies. Yeah, they all throughout the movies. William said I would die for my faith before I ever take the mark of the beast. Yeah, I hear you. Deborah said I saw a biblical movie about the mark of the beast. They was killing off people who was not down with the yeah. Well, that's about the persecution. That's about the tribulation, the great tribulation. Um, uh, it talks about that in Revelations when it talk about the great tribulation, about people being beheaded and people being, unalived, and that's happening right now. It's happening right now. All right. RC say, "Oh yeah, that movie foreshadowed everything today." Yep, sure did. William say, "The Lord will always be number one king." Law say, "Did you see Elon Musk said that the Optimus robot release will be biggest uh technological release ever seen to humanity?" Yeah, Elon Musk have a fetish with robots. He have a fetish for robots. Elon Musk. Uh, yeah, I've been seeing him and I've been hearing about what he been doing. Law say, so yeah, we got to just prepare all around. That's what we got to do. You know, we got to make sure we just stay prepared. Deborah, say, Deborah, prayers up. Deborah say, I would die before I turn on the Most High. That's on. Yeah, yeah. Only one say streamers promote robots. Absolutely. Law say, Deborah, God bless you. William say, Deborah, same here. Heaven is our final destination. Destiny Jackson is this thing. What's good with you, Destiny Jackson? It's been a minute since I seen you, sis. Say, we are in the Hunger Games. You remember when Katniss shot the arrow into the air and the program glitched? Yep. Yep. I know what you're talking about. King Kong did it too. King Kong did the same thing in the movie King Kong. Lost Vlad say, I done seen all forms of demons for real. I'm glad even the ones that act and smile in your face, they scared of your power, even when especially us that don't need anything of this world. Yeah, you become dangerous when you not when you become in the world but not of the world, you become dangerous. Because they can't control you with these gadgets and these objects. So yeah, man, you got to remain strong when it comes to that. YW said the police officers are not real people. Where I live at, it feels like I live in a alien state. Yeah, some people do. Most people do, especially the smart cities. More of the smart cities, like the major cities, is filled with a lot of shapeshifters, robots, and MK people that's under a state of MK Ultra agents. Okay. John Matula say, here we go again. I'm on vacation. YW say police Platinum Miles say don't forget the new world religion, the lean doctrination agenda. Yeah, I spoke about that. The thing about it is Platinum. I'm glad to see you in a place to be Platinum. The thing about the one word uh the new world religion is instead of instead of people having the freedom to be Christian, instead of people having the freedom to be a Muslim, instead of people having the freedom to be Buddhist, they gonna come up with a one world religion, and if you don't partake in that religion, part of that part of that process is those who don't partake in that religion is gonna be persecuted. So you might be killed, you might be slain, you might be thrown in jail. The same way they did it when they implemented Islam or when they implemented Christianity. The early stages of Islam and Christianity came by way of blood and by way of death and murder. So in the early stages of Christianity, when you had different civilizations who had their own gods, they was killed because they didn't worship or they didn't believe in the Christian movement. Same thing with Islam. You know, the Nation of Islam, different leaders from the Nation of Islam in the ancient days killed off a lot of different people who didn't want to be a part of Islam. So they forced it on them. How you think the earth is predominantly, it's either predominantly Islam or it's either predominantly Christians? You think it just got like that because everybody chose to believe in Jesus? No. You think it just got like that because everybody chose to believe in Muhammad? No. The reason why it's like that is because people was forced to be Christians. People was forced to be a part of Islam. That's why they more the predominant religions of the world, because it came by way of murder, death, and destruction and blood. And you have to understand these religions will be turned into a different religion, which is being implemented by the one world government ruling the class right now as we speak. Okay. The Platinum Mile say don't. Yeah, I read that one. Say alien. Uh, Lost Vlad say yeah. Parables. William say Lost Vlad, same here, bro. The demons here. I'm absolutely. I'm absolutely. I hate my pre um presence. Deborah say, William, thank you. I just want to tell you, you stay strong. Whatever it is will soon pass. We all go through this thing called life together. Yeah, absolutely. Kai say, Packer Nation this way. Okay. All right, Lost say, God bless you, William. William say, Deborah, thank you, my sister. God bless you and your family. William say, bro, same here. To me, they will always be the Oakland Raiders. Lost Vlad say, absolutely, always Oakland Raiders. Say, see, William, how you was feeling? William say, I'm a Raider for life. Lost Vlad say, never feel like that. We the man of the earth, the real man. We feel just understand why you feel like this, brother. It's these weak ass demons. King Gucci got the salute. Narnia say Raider garbage. Come on, man. We ain't gonna get into sports, y'all. Let's not lose our focus. John Matula say, I'm done with politics, buddy. Boy, it's serious like the Hunger Games movies. Yeah, man, politics is destroying the world. It's all for division purposes and to divide and conquer. That's why they created religion. That's why they created politics. That's why they created rich and poor. That's why they created uh 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 the money and the the financial system. That's why they created credit, and all this shit is because it's a part of divide and conquer. All right. William say, Lost Vlad, God is always with us. William say, okay, Lost Vlad say, as long as I'm breathing, my dream and my main goal from this day, trading mystery and money earned and all that, is to give away 90% of my money, like chats like this and on my own lives. And yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, that's real, man. It's all about giving. That's the quickest way to receive is to give. Lost say, in life, I know it's very hard out here. Will say, okay, I'm not about to go into the football stuff. Let me see. At Deborah say, at William, anytime, bro, try the meditation, please. It will balance you out fast, as will I truly care. And here, we family, we have to lift each other up. Fear Soul say, truth said town business, bro. Ain't going for the Atlanta Braves, and he and Cali Warriors and Raiders. Come on now, I'm loyal to the soil, man. I'm loyal to my soil. I couldn't do it. Lost say, I love the world, just not these demons. I got a lot of lost brothers and sisters. I lost a lot. That's why my name is Lost Vlad. I'm gonna push till my last breath, and Jesus is King, man. So y'all stay prayed up, stay positive. I appreciate you sharing that, Lost. Will say, not true. I got so many breaks. It's not funny, but I was in the military at one point in my life. Kai say, I got so much respect for Bay Larry. Uh, okay, we getting off topic, y'all. We getting off topic. We getting off topic. All right, let's stay on topic a little bit. Lost Blas say, make sure we live for him, so when he gets back, our lamps is lit. Lost Blas say we got to stay strong. Christ carried the cross for us, bloody and almost dead. This is nothing. This is nothing. William say, yeah, unfortunately, the enemy has really been trying to attack my mind lately. Lost Blas say, get ready for the last 40 days and 40 nights if you really love Christ, twin. William say, Lost Blas, amen. I'm not, listen, I don't, I don't, I'm not religious. I'm not a Christian. I know it's a lot of people know that. I'm not, I'm not Christian. I'm not Muslim. I'm not none of that. I'm a spiritualist though, and I'm a activist, and I'm a realist. You feel me? And so what we got to understand about the Christ thing, and I did lives about it in the past, but what we got to understand about the Christ thing and the Lord and Savior and Jesus coming back, all that's just symbolic for you waking up and you coming back to save yourself. All right. RC say they trying to keep us in that digital mindset. Yeah, that's what they doing. They basically trying to make us buy into, accepting the digital currency and the digital uh, um, way of life without even telling us. And that's why most people don't keep money on them. Most people keep money on their Cash App. They keep it on their credit card or their debit card. And every time they go to the payout, they tapping their shit. So people are already programmed to not even use money no more. They are already programming people to not use money. You feel what I'm saying? Um, let me skip down. Skip down. Skip down real quick. Let me see how far I am. Okay, we right here. I'm gonna start right here. I'm gonna skip down a little bit. I don't want to lose y'all because I'm about to go into my second segment and talk about what's going on in the country, in America. And it's about to blow your mind. Joshua say, I would never take that mess. I choose the Most High to provide for me and my family. Lost Vlad say, more like fruit, life, peace, happiness, and spreading knowledge. That's it. No limit in this thing. So you got to make a video on what you just said, bro. People think Christ will come in the sky and we will see. Not, yeah, Jesus is not the Messiah. Um, or the Messiahs, they did walk the earth. Okay? Their name wasn't Jesus. You had different Messiahs that walked the earth and who came to be a whistleblower for the people. But the thing about when people talk about Christianity and Jesus, and I don't want to dive off into that because that's taking me to another topic, but I'm going to touch on this real quick. It's not going to be a great cosmic uh, a great cosmic event that take place. That's not what's gonna happen. It's gonna be spiritual. It's gonna be cosmic, but it's gonna be a spiritual cosmic event that take place. So the Christ that's gonna come back is gonna be the consciousness or the anointed of the gods and goddesses on the earth. You is gonna be the Christ that come back and save yourself. It's not gonna be a man in the sky. That's not gonna happen. Okay, ain't nobody gonna crack the skies and come in the clouds, with a sword. And if you spiritual, what you need a sword for? If you God, why do you need a sword? Because it's a fake story. It's not real. So the story when it talk about you seeing the Son of Man come in the clouds on a horse with a sword and with angels and they blowing the trumpets, that's not gonna happen. What's gonna happen is the Christ consciousness is gonna be reincarnated and rebirth by way of the Spirit. And those who catches the Christ consciousness is going to be the ones who rise. They're going to be the ones who rise. Okay, so I just want to let you know what it's all about. Because I know a lot of y'all probably don't know. It ain't your fault, but a lot of people just don't know what that stuff mean. I know what it mean because I study it. Lost Vlad say, I like that you read the whole chat. Yeah, man. I try to get everybody. Michigan say, you supposed to graduate from all this ish. You grow up from you realize religion is a weapon used to tame, control you, and eventually you wake up to the bloggers, influencers covering fake news. Yeah, the thing about it is, this is what the one world government did to the world. They gave you religion so they can rock you to sleep, and a lot of people got body rocked. A lot of people got body rocked right into their state of sleep or their state of hypnosis. So a lot of people been asleep for years. you know? And so while you going to church on Sundays, while you watching the NBA finals, while you going to work, the one world government is coming up with their agendas to create a way to take all or more of the natural or most of the natural resources of the earth. So while you not paying attention, guess what the one world government doing? They figuring out a way to gather up as many natural resources as possible without you even realizing what's going on. All right. Lost say respect. Cedric and this thing say Elon trying to implement the brain chip. No good. More mind control over the dumbed down masses. Yeah. Yep. That's why they implemented Chat GPT. That's why they coming up with Chat GPT. Chat GPT is another strategy that they're using to already play on your mind. So they getting something else to think for you. Boy, I'm raw with this shit. I'm just, look, man. Y'all put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me. Put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat. If you can hear me, put a one in the chat. If you can hear me, put a one in the chat. If you can see me, put a one in the chat. If you feel me, put a one in the chat. I'm just raw with this shit. I just got a gift. It's a spiritual thing that the Most High give me when it comes to the way the system works. Chat GPT is a formula that they using to program you mentally to get something outside of yourself to think for you. So now you're not even using your imagination. Now you're not even using your brain. Now you're not even using your mind. You're using Chat GPT because it's a strategy. It's a strategy from the ruling class. They're using Chat GPT as a way to get you to buy into accepting these different chips or these different ways of programming so they can allow something else to think for you. They're trying to allow other things to think for you. They're trying to suppress your imagination. They're trying to suppress your creativity. They're trying to suppress your thought process and your mentality. So they're creating Chat GPT. You feel me? That's another thing that they're doing. Right under your nose, you ain't never even realized it. They coming out with Chat GPT and they got you thinking that shit is cool, and it's cool for certain different shit, I guess, for whoever want to partake in it. But the thing that they're not telling you about it is it's a war strategy on your mind. It's a war strategy on your mind. So like the brother just said, Elon Musk is coming out with different chips to implement or to so you can get shot, because you know you can get the shit you can get the chips shot in your arm. Once you get the chips shot in your arm, it become a real chip inside your body, which then tell you what to think, like Chat GPT. So a lot of people don't use their imagination. Your imagination is the closest state you will get to God. I repeat, your imagination is the closest state that you will get to God. You don't know that though. Do you know your imagination connects you to God? Do you know your imagination keep you connected to the divine? Do you know your imagination is what allows you to get downloads and synchronicities? Your creativity comes from your imagination. They're trying to strip us of our imagination so we won't be creative. That's why they implement in all these different strategies and all these different objects and all these different formulas to buy into. That way we won't have no creativity, no imagination. Your imagination keeps you connected to God. So when you go out here using Chat GPT, it's cool, I guess, for whoever want to use it. But when you go out here and you pick up things like Chat GPT, you don't understand that Chat GPT is a war strategy that's implemented by the ruling class. I repeat, Chat GPT is a war strategy that's implemented by the ruling class or the world government. And most people don't use their imagination. Therefore, if you don't use your imagination, you ain't going to be creative. I repeat, most people don't use their imagination. Therefore, if you don't use your imagination, you can't be creative. That's why everybody dressed the same. That's why everybody make music the same. That's why everybody talk the same. That's why everybody got the same mindset. That's why everybody wear the same clothes. That's why everybody do the same things. It's because you don't use your imagination. And if you don't use your imagination, you can't fully connect to God. And if you can't fully connect to God, you can't be creative like a God. If you don't use your imagination, you can't fully connect to the divine. And if you don't fully connect to the divine, you can't be creative like God created you to be creative. So your imagination keeps you connected to God. And through that connection comes creativity. Through that connection comes brilliant ideas. Through that connection comes being innovative. And they don't want you to be innovative. They don't want you to be creative. They don't want you to use your imagination. So they came up with ChatGPT so they can get you to think the same, do the same things. And that's why everybody is looking the same, sounding the same, acting the same. It's because they're trying to create a one world government. That's why they're trying to get everybody to act the same. That's why they're trying to get everybody to do the same thing. That's why they're trying to get everybody to sound the same. That's why they're trying to get everybody to move the same. That's why they're trying to get everybody to think the same. That's why they're trying to get everybody to believe in the same thing, because they coming up with the one world religion, the one world government, and the one world banking system. Therefore, if they already got everybody already thinking the same, acting the same, doing the same shit, it'll be easier for you to accept the one world government. Y'all see how this shit adding up? I'm all in that shit. I'm all in that shit. So, this is how powerful and deep and strategic they is with this shit. So they figure if we implement ChatGPT, we know most people is lazy. We know most people don't like to think. They know this. They know this. They know most people don't like to think. They know most people not creative. They know most people don't like to use their imagination. They know most people is lazy. They know most people is not connected to God. So they gave you an outlet, ChatGPT. They made you think it was good, but it ain't nothing natural about ChatGPT. They made you think it was good, but it ain't nothing spiritual about ChatGPT. They made you think it was good, but it ain't nothing normal about ChatGPT. Because now you're not even using your consciousness. You're not even using your imagination. And your imagination is what keeps you connected to the divine. And through that form of connection that you get by using your imagination, which connects you to the divine, that's how you come up with the skill set to be creative. And so that's why a lot of people using they don't have no creativity. They don't know how. They're not connected to God. What gives you the ability to be creative is by staying connected to God. The moment you disconnect from God, you no longer can be creative. The only thing that allows you to be creative as a human is being connected to God. The moment you stop being connected to God, you lose all sense of creativity. You lose all sense of creativity. The moment you disconnect from God, you no longer is a force of creativity. And so that's why when you look at the earth, people don't invent things no more because people don't use their imagination. People don't invent new things. We seen the light bulb. We seen the airplane. We seen horses turn into cars. Now we driving cars. We seen that we invented buses, trains, public transportation. We invented the cell phone. We invented the roads of the earth. The reason why we was able to invent these things is because it was once upon a time where human beings used to use their imagination. The reason why we was able to invent these different things that we use right now today is because once upon a time our ancestors was well connected to their imagination. But in this day and age, people don't use their imagination. That's why it ain't nothing new being invented. That's why it ain't nothing new being created. That's why it ain't nothing new under the sun. Because we stop using our imagination. And once you stop using your imagination, you automatically becomes disconnected from God. So you ain't gonna no longer have the skills or ability to be creative because you don't use your imagination. Okay? And so when you think about the one world government, they trying to get everybody to think the same, to have a one-track mind. When you think about the one world government, China, Russia, America, Europe, Canada, Africa, they trying to get everybody to think and sound and dress and look and act the same. So when they implement the one world religion, when they implement the one world government, when they implement the one world banking system, it's going to be easier for you to buy into it. I said, when they implement the one world government, when they implement the one world religion, when they implement the one world banking system, because they already got everybody thinking the same, acting the same, sounding the same, looking the same, it's going to be easy for people to accept the one world government. Let me get back to the live because I can go on and on forever. Let me get back to the questions and the people in the chat. I'm gonna start right. I know it's right here. I'm gonna start right here. Okay, YW said, I need to live somewhere without all this traffic, somewhere less uh urbanized. Yeah, you probably do well in like a smaller city, cause I know you out there in Atlanta. YW, Atlanta got a lot of traffic out there, brother. Atlanta is one of the top cities in the country who have the worst traffic. So yeah, you probably got to move to a smaller city. Truth Rising say they hearts. What's up with my brother Truth Rising's in this thing? Truth Rising say they hearts will fail them when they know the truth. Yeah, it definitely will. Truth, you know, but you know, it gotta happen. And I'm of the mindset. Truth, I let you know, all I can do is put the truth out there and give people a different way to look at what they've been missing. But I'm not gonna force people to think what I think. I'm not gonna force people to believe what I believe, because as a true leader, you don't force people to follow you. You feel me? Not true leaders don't force people to follow them. So I'm always of the mindset people should do their own research. You know, people should go with whatever they feel in their heart. And I'm always of the mindset people should always be trying to have a mind that they own and have an open mind. All right. But yeah, bro, I definitely agree with you, Truth. Cedric said Trump is the last president. Lost say no holidays next year. Lost Vlad say think of it as another 12 months to prepare. Basically got to get serious. Yeah, man. Truth Rising say at Lost Vlad 100. Truth Rising say yep, heavy warfare indeed. Lost Vlad say yep. Uh Truth Rising say Simeon store. Yeah, straight up. Lost Vlad say yeah, everybody waking up at once. Lost Vlad say that's some fried ish, LOL. Lost Vlad say and they can't even do nothing to us because you killing us. We going to the new earth anyways. Yeah, yeah. Truth Rising say if we do it, we'll be blue beam for sure. Facts. Lost Vlad say we got to compound now. Compound now. Lost Vlad say I don't give a F if you got to make 20% a day. You got to make a percentage gain every single day on your money somehow. We ain't gonna be using money though. If you don't take that mark of the beast, you ain't gonna be using no money. You ain't using no money. Remember, money is for the citizens of the nations. You're not gonna be considered a citizen no more if you don't take that FR. If you don't take the mark of the beast, you're not gonna be looked at as a citizen. You're gonna be looked at as an alien or an outcast or a other. They're not gonna look at you as a citizen. Therefore, you're not gonna uh, um, uh, qualify for the benefits of a regular citizen. You're not going to be able to qualify if you don't take that mark of the beast. All right. Lost say critical thinking skills about yeah, it's about to disappear for sure. Lost say I noticed be getting told while I'm there anyways. Okay, Cynthia in this thing. What's good with you, Cynthia? I see you in this thing, sis. Lost say Chat GPT getting weirder and weirder. Yeah, man. Strawberry in this strawberry ice in this thing. What's good, sis? I ain't seen you in a minute, Strawberry. Say God bless you too, sis. I see you in this thing. Platinum okay. Truth Rising's got the facts. Platinum say facts. AI is a hive mind of our collective thoughts. And also AI is storing data. It's a pool of data being stored from AI and Chat GPT. So now they know what you're thinking. They know exactly what to feed you. They know exactly what to put in front of you. Yeah, man. Cynthia say, right, think for yourself. Yeah, you got to be open-minded. Truth Rising say, double-edged sword. Facts. Didi say, hey, spiritual family, what's going on, brother True? I see you in this thing, sis. I knew you would be back. That's why I was going to hold off. I like to do, a couple hours for the lives to get, people to handle their business so they can come and chop it up with us. But we doing good, sis. It's been a good discussion. Everything been cool. Cynthia say true. The Platinum say, hey, what's going on, DD? Law say, you ever dream? Yeah, dream a lot. And and it feel more real than real life. That because that's another world. The dream world is another world. The dream world is the real world. This is the temporary world. The dream world is the eternal world. The Platinum Owl say, okay, Lost say, food for thought. Didi say, checking in, sending some love. We appreciate that, sis. Straight up. It ain't never enough love. We can use a little bit. It ain't never enough. Cynthia say, amen. Lost say, my dream world is where I build abundance and have real fun. And you can fly. You can fly. Because that's the spirit. Anytime you cross over through that portal, through the dream, you crossing over to the spiritual realm through your dreams. It's a portal. And you become the spirit and you lead a body in the physical world. So you can do everything that a spirit do. A spirit can fly, it can disappear, it can walk through walls, it can fly to different dimensions. Yeah. It's a real thing, bro. They call it astral projection. Lucid dreaming. The Platinum Owl say, yep, multidimensional beings. Absolutely. The Platinum Owl say that's why the Holy Grail represents the skull. Yep. It represents the pineal gland. That's what the Holy Grail represents. It represents the pineal gland too as well. Michigan say they're chipping people already at these blood banks. That's why they're making it harder and harder. So eventually blood banks don't sound too bad. Yeah. They always come up with a way to get you to buy into it without telling you. Truth Rising say, Didi, you already know. True going in. Fire. Yeah, you already know, brother Truth. I gotta do it, man. Straight up. Lost say, and they script creativity away from very, very young. And let me tell you something. Your imagination is at its best the younger you is. So when you in your pre-adolescent stages, when you're around 12, 13, 14, the pre-adolescent stages, your imagination is at its highest. It's more potent because you haven't been indoctrinated. That's why a lot of kids have a high sense of imagination. You know, a lot of kids, if you got nieces, nephews, if you might be a father like me, if you might be a mother, sons and daughters, your kids ask a lot of questions. The reason why your kids ask a lot of questions is because kids is still connected to the spirit realm, which then begin to allow their imagination to be at its high and more potent. Because they not dealing with the stages of being indoctrinated like an adult. So they can really think about, let me take this out real quick. Let's cut this off. So, you got a lot of different kids. They not dealing with being indoctrinated like the adults. And so that's why a lot of kids ask a lot of questions. And so when your kids ask questions, try to answer their questions. When your kids is imaginating something and you might be like, that's not real. Don't say that. Don't say that to your kids. Don't never tell them what's not real. Don't do that. You're going against one of the rules. You're going against one of the laws of nature. You're going against one of the laws of the universe. Don't never tell your kids when they're using their imagination. Don't never tell your kids that that's fake. Don't ever do that. Because you're going against one of the laws of nature and the laws of the universe. What keeps us connected to God is through our imagination. For the most part, that's what keeps us creative. All right? I want y'all to remember that. Let me see real quick. I'll go up a little bit and I'm gonna skip down. A lot of good questions, man. Good discussion. Good discussion. I appreciate everybody, y'all. Y'all already know. Um, Didi say, at the Platinum Owl down here at this festival. Hope all is well, brother. Cynthia say, I don't follow trends. Right. Platinum Owl say, thank you, at Didi. Hanging in there, sister. I've been waiting for this shift to hit so badly. Ego is bad out of here. Didi say, I know, brother. I know, brother. True, giving off that high frequency. You already know, Didi. You know I gotta do it, sis. Michigan say, you already know. Michigan say, every day I'm finding more and more bloody cotton from blood banks, meaning more people are chipped than you know. Yeah, because the way they chip you is through the shot. Through the shot. You know, vaccinations. That's how they get you. Be careful when you listen. We don't need for nobody to be it like as an adult, you shouldn't be getting no more shots. Let me touch on that real quick. As an adult, you shouldn't be getting no more shots. After a certain age, you shouldn't be letting these people at these hospitals shoot you up with shit. You shouldn't be letting your doctor shoot you up with nothing. You shouldn't be letting the hospitals, these different nurses shoot you up with nothing. All right? Real talk. It's all kind of mercury and shit that's in these different vaccines. Cynthia say, preach, bro. Platinum say, yep. Platinum say, that's why they all gave us phones because they take our info and use it to create this one world agenda through technology. Yeah, well, it's data. It's data. And they gave us these cell phones because we know cell phones is tracking devices. That's what cell phones is. Why you think they come out with a new cell phone every year? Have you ever thought about that? Why do they got to keep coming out with a new cell phone every year? What's the purpose behind that? Why do they got to keep updating cell phones every year? Why? Why not just make one cell phone and leave it alone? Why not just make one cell phone without updating it? The reason why they got to come out with a different cell phone every year is because it's data. It's tracking your every step. It's tracking you. And the more they become advanced with technology, they have to update the cell phones so they can track you better and better and better, closer and closer and closer. Because if you really think about it, it shouldn't be no reason why they keep updating the cell phones. And they tell you they updating the cell phones because of a camera. Yeah, they updating the cell phones because of a camera, all right. But do you know that camera is watching you? Do you know the reason why they update cell phones every year is because they're coming up with different strategies to watch you and to monitor you and to listen in on your conversation. But if you really think about it, why wouldn't they just make one cell phone without updating it every year? They gotta update them because that's how they keep track on what's what, who's who, and what people up to. All right. Danielle say, what happens to those who are more spiritual? Um, we ascend. We ascend to a higher state of consciousness. Okay? So, and let me say this before I answer that question, Danielle. If anybody know anything about the CIA or the FBI, why you think it's so easy for them to solve a murder case? The reason why it's so easy for the FBI or the CIA to solve a murder case is because these cell phones is tracking you and giving them data on what you're doing. So when somebody commit a murder, even if you think it ain't nobody looking, even if you think it ain't nobody watching, if you got that cell phone on you, they just heard what you did. They heard what you said, and the cell phone just basically captured you murdering somebody. That's why the FBI they easy with solving murder cases or crimes, because the cell phones is tracking you. Danielle say, what happens to those who become more spiritual? Well, when the mark of the beast pop off and all this shit go digital like it is, and the mark of the beast pop off, those who spiritual is gonna send. You're gonna send to the spirit realm. You see what I'm talking about? When you when you when the Bible talk about Enoch, and I'm gonna go back to the Bible, and I'm gonna go back to the book of Enoch, and I'm gonna talk about this real quick. When the Bible and the book of Enoch talk about Enoch never died, Enoch walked into heaven, or the Bible describes it, Enoch, he ascended into heaven. He ascended. That's the same thing that's gonna happen as the frequency of the earth rises. Some of us is going to ascend into the spirit realm. We're going to ascend into the spirit realm, meaning it's going to come a time very soon where we is going to be so powerful and spiritual, the ones who attach themselves to the Christ consciousness, the ones who attaches themselves to divine intervention, you're going to become so spiritual to where you ascend to a different dimension. You're going to ascend to a different dimension. So that's another part of the rapture that they never talk about. The rapture ain't going to be nobody coming back down out the sky, picking people off, telling people, oh, you going to heaven. You stand here. You going to heaven. You stand here. That's not how it's going to happen. Another side to the rapture is going to be people ascending to a higher level of divinity. And as you transition to that higher state of frequency of consciousness, you're going to ascend into a different dimension. Some of us is going to go to sleep and you ain't going to never wake up. It's getting ready to happen. It's getting ready to happen. It's getting ready to happen. Some of us, damn, I got to go get some gas. Some of us is going to go to sleep and we ain't going to never wake up. We just going to go to sleep and we going to feel our spirit ascending or rising out of our body. This shit is deep. This shit is so deep. It's deep, man. You feel me? Let me see real quick. I'm trying to keep up. Romia in this thing. What's good with you, Romia? Say those people are on cocaine. That's why things are not making any sense. The government is a bunch of drug users. LOL, they got to look at how things are going. Yeah. Law say facts. Cynthia say, yes, sir. John say, careful who you let into your circle. Facts. Deborah say, and back had a quick story run. My bad. You good. You good, sis. Didi say at RC, what it be like, good brother? Just checking you all, just checking you all pause and sending much love. Cynthia say amen. True Rising say data centers. That's what it is. Just like them 5G towers. Them data centers. Cynthia say word. Didi say I will watch the playback. Have a good evening. All right, sis. We love you, Didi. You be good out there, sis. Kai say, you cooking. Yeah, man, you know I have to come with it. Truth Rising say Atlanta sits on the 33rd parallel high frequency. Yeah, I heard. It's a lot of spiritual parts, that moves around Atlanta. Didi say fire 100. Kai say, you taught me more than some of these damn preachers. They ain't gonna teach you this in church, man. Michigan say false. They gon' they Michigan say false. They gone to that new world already. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. Romia say, don't nobody drug test politicians for drugs. These people could be high as a kite, making important decisions for the American people. Truth Risings, yeah, that's true, Romia. Truth Risings say barter and trade. Yep, that's what we're going to have to get back to, Truth. Deborah say, what about God's money, gold and silver? Will we be able to spend coins? Listen, money was never made to be spent. Minerals and different forms of like gold, silver, diamonds, that was never made to be sent. I mean, never made to be spent. So even though gold, silver, aluminum, platinum, we know that these is the natural resources of the earth, but it was never made to be spent. It was made for energy. People don't know that. Gold can help heal you. Silver can help heal you. Platinum can help heal you. It was never made to be spent as a form of currency. It was minerals to heal the body. That's what gold really is for. That's what silver is really for. That's what these different crystals, because that's all diamonds is. Diamonds is crystals. What's the main purpose of crystals? To heal the body. Not to spend on fruits, to heal you. Okay? Deborah say, Swoop say, West Coast 916 represent right here. You already know. I see you in this thing, big dog. Shout out to the 916 Sacktown in the building, man. Shit, I see you, big dog. Cynthia say, yes, people need to stop believing everything false prophets bring to the table. And they never break down the Bible like I'm breaking it down. I'm going to break it down to you because I read the Bible. I read it and I study it. So I know what's in there. Romia say exactly. The Platinum Mouse say, yep. Juan Silver say, at the Platinum, good point. Rad in this thing. What's good with you, big dog? Rad say, bro, true. Fire. You already know we going in. We going in. Cynthia say, love you, bro. Keep preaching to the lost souls, man. Yeah, just trying to, give the people some direction. Michigan say, they're not real, for real. Girlie said that recently. Yeah. Cynthia say, true that. Platinum say, facts. Deborah say, at the Platinum Grand Elevation, bro. I see, okay, yeah, you're talking to the Platinum. Platinum say, Grand Elevation, brother. What's going on at Deborah? Tiffany say, they are not human. Grind say, what are cell phones? Sorry, I just got to the live. What you mean with our cell phones? Devices. Tracking devices. Platinum Mouse say facts. Platinum Mouse say monitoring. Platinum Mouse say and to keep our mind in prison like a jail cell. Yep. A portal. Virtual reality. So it to take you out of this reality and put you into another virtual reality, which is why they created social media. So you won't be one with nature. When you become one with nature, you become a god or of a god. So they put you in a state of hypnosis and they put you in a place to where you accept in this virtual reality on these cell phones, and it takes you out of your natural habitat, which is nature. YW say to connect all the phones to G towers. Yeah. Cynthia say gathering our information cell phones are BS. It is. YW say they track everything we do. They do. Deborah say facts, phones and frequencies, data phones been here. Ancestors got pics with cellular phone. Yeah, they got different stones and tablets. Yeah, they had them back then too. Cynthia said I was telling this to my daughter about this the other day about these cell phones. Yeah, it's crazy. Kenneth say, big homie, salute to you too, big dog. Shorty, you understand? What's good with you? Shorty say, that's very true. We're gonna ascend into the spirit realm. Yep. Michigan say, that's the part they cheated y'all out of. Cynthia say, amen. Michigan say they're gone, LOL. Been since 2012. Who you talking about? The government? Talking about the government? I'm gonna I'm gonna make another video about the New World Order. I know I touched on it a little bit in this live, but I'm gonna make another video about the New World Order. It's gonna blow your mind. It's gonna blow your mind. I'm gonna make another live about the New World Order. I probably already made one about it, but I posted it a part 2. I don't think I never did it. And I'm gonna make another live about this topic we talking about the one world government, and I'm gonna dive deeper into some other things that I can't say right now because it's so much that I want to tell y'all. I'm gonna have to save it for another live. So y'all be on the lookout for the upcoming live, the New World Order, and then and it's gonna be another side to the New World Order that they never told y'all. And y'all be on the lookout for the One World Government Part 2. I'm gonna come out with a Part 2. And I'm gonna tell you about the New World Order. I'm gonna give you a little hint about what's going on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just save it for later. I'm gonna save it for later. I ain't gonna even spoil it. I'm gonna save it for later. I'm gonna save it for later. Uh, Lost say, damn, facts. Michigan say, they got whole ass cities on the moon already. No, they don't. No, they don't. Michigan, bro, don't buy into the fairy tales, bro. Now, I'm gonna just say it. A part of the other side of the New World Order is they have different underground cities and underwater cities, and they have different cities that's beyond the ice wall that goes along with the script New World Order. So a part of the Antarctica peace treaty is a part of the New World Order. Antarctica beyond the ice wall is lands over there. It's lands over there, and the world government have it set up to where it's different laws being implemented beyond the ice walls on those different lands. And that also is a part of the New World Order, because those different lands over there is a part of the New World construct. They don't have nothing on the moon. Can't even get to the moon. Y'all stop believing everything you read. Stop jumping ahead of yourself, man. Can't get to the moon. All right? Now, what you can get to is different underground facilities or different underground cities, which they already got. They have full underground cities with populations, with transportation, with restaurants underground right now. They have different cities under the ocean, and they have cities beyond the ice wall, which is why they is preventing anybody from they preventing anybody from going to Antarctica, because they don't want you to be a part of that New World Order construct. Okay? So that's another part of the New World Order. But that's the part they never tell you. They never tell you that side of the New World Order. When they tell you the New World Order, they only get you to think about the mark of the beast and, politics and economics and things pertaining to that, and religion. But another side of the New World Order connects you to these different cities that they're creating on these different lands. Okay? But it ain't nothing on the moon, bro. Don't fall for that bullshit, Michigan. I thought you were smarter than that. I know you smarter than that. King Hype say, New World Order, Illuminati. See, that's the part of the New World Order they want people to be programmed to, is the Illuminati. And we know Illuminati only means to be illuminated, which means to have knowledge or to have light. What light? Light of the world. What light of the world? Mysteries of the universe. That is what the Illuminati is based about. Mysteries of the universe or mysteries of the world. And that's to be enlightened. Okay, it don't mean the devil and a person with horns. That's not what that means. Okay. Daniel say it's unfortunate there's no such thing as spiritual churches. I know. It used to be. It used to be. Most of the temples back in the day, Danielle, was about spirituality. They wasn't about religion. Deborah say, my great nephew was 25 years old, died in his sleep, very definitely. Didn't do no drugs. Never thank you, True Media, for that confirmation. We in the shift right now. Yeah, it's starting to happen. A lot of us about to get ready to die. I'm keeping it real with you. Keeping it real with you. The reason why a lot of us is getting ready to die, and the ones who don't get ready, the people, those of us who don't die, who become very spiritual and elevated in the spiritual, we're gonna ascend to another dimension. Literally, we're gonna ascend to the higher realms, and you ain't gonna even know it. You ain't gonna even know it. But for most of us, we're gonna go to sleep and we're gonna die in our sleep. You're gonna go to sleep and you're gonna wake up in a different dimension, in a place that look like paradise, or that we call paradise. That's what's getting ready to happen. Okay, it's going to connect to the same plane that those ascend in the physical dimension to the spiritual dimension. It's still going to connect to the same plane. So I'm gonna tell you what I mean. The people, I'm gonna use the rapture for example. So the rapture, when the Bible talk about the rapture is only dealing with the people who rise in consciousness. That's the rapture. But the people who rise from consciousness and become spiritual, you is going to ascend to another dimension. It ain't gonna be nobody opening up the sky that's coming back to rapture you off. What's going to happen is the energy of the earth is going to create a portal that get opened up by the divine. And once you connect to that frequency or that kundalini energy or that consciousness, that Christ consciousness, it's going to make you ascend to another dimension. That's the rapture. Another part of the spiritual people, we is going to die in our sleep. A lot of us is going to start dying in our sleep. You feel me? And so I want y'all to understand and remember how this stuff work. And that's why when she just said, and my condolences to you, Deborah, and your nephew and the family over there, but it literally plays right into my point. And you just said your nephew died in his sleep. I didn't even know that. But I'm telling you what's getting ready to happen. You feel what I'm saying? It's crazy how I said it, and then right after I said that, you told me the cause of his death. That's crazy. Uh, let me read a few more off. Let me see. Okay, we right here. We right here at the bottom. Uh, okay, we right here. Cynthia said I was telling this to my daughter about this the other day about these cell phones. Yeah. Kenneth say, big homie, salute. Salute to you too, Kenneth. Shawty say, that's very true. We're going to ascend into the spirit realm. Michigan say, that's the part they cheated y'all out of. I think I read all that. I sure did. Let me go back. Okay, I'm right here. Suchi say, yeah, we definitely going back, not forward. It doesn't have to be all bad though. Going back to Mother Nature. Yeah, everything got to rebalance itself out, Sutri. Gots to. It gots to. So, and that's what's happening on the earth. Everything is balancing itself out. The platinum owl say copper too. Yeah, copper too. That's another form of a mineral that can heal or have healing properties. So not only you have the fruits and the herbs and the vegetables that can heal the body, God is so good to us. God made minerals of the earth that can also heal the body, or uh it can increase your frequency. Gold can increase your frequency. Crystals can increase your frequency. Silver can increase your frequency. All right. And that's why they're trying to steal all the natural resources, because they don't want us to connect back with God. That's why they're so busy trying to steal everything that's natural on the earth, because they do not want to connect back to our higher self as gods and goddesses. Michigan say they manipulated the fabrics of time by committing to rituals to open them portals at CERN. That's true. That's definitely true. Law say copper is how they pull power from the. Yep, yep, yep. Law say ether. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Juan, Danielle say, isn't paper including money made from trees? Yeah, paper is made by trees. It's made through trees. Money is made out of cotton. Money is made out of cotton and linen. That's what money made out of. Kai say, I never knew that gold and was meant to heal you. Wow, I learned something new. Yeah, bro, I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna always give you something to learn. Platinum say yes. YW say Deborah. Uh, uh, um, I'm sorry to hear that. My condolences for your loss. Michigan say those celebrities and politics going to prison. Not really them. Those are clones. Well, is it some of the celebrities that may have been clones, or some of the politicians that may have been clones? Yes, that's true, but not all of them. You don't rank that high. You got to rank high to be cloned. If you're not of a certain status, they're not going to clone you. But they will put you under the state of hypnosis. They will put you under the state of MK Ultra. So most of the celebrities and politicians, they just under the state of MK Ultra. Is it some of them that's cloned? Yes, but you have to be of a higher rank. If you're not of a higher rank, they're not going to clone you. You feel me? Now, most of the celebrities and politicians is under the state of mind control and MK Ultra, as well as most of the citizens of this nation. Most of the citizens of these different nationalities is under the state of MK Ultra. All right. Platinum say LMAO. Kai say preachers are also controlled by the government. Facts. That's big facts. Cynthia say right, bro. So I know you know the Bible. Some so-called pastors don't comprehend the word. Yeah, I'm very skilled and masterful when it comes to, because one thing I did, and I was born in a Christian church. I was brought up in a Christian church. I'm not Christian. I'm not Christian, but I was born in a Christian family. So I used to go to church every day. So I didn't have no choice but to read the Bible and study the Bible since I was 6 years old. You feel me? So when I got older, I went back and read the Bible and studied the Bible for myself to see what it really means. And then I started reading other books like the Apocrypha, such as the Book of Jubilees, the Book of Maccabees, the Book of Enoch, all these different books that was left out. The Book of Adam and Eve, all these different books that's not in the Bible. I went back and I read some of these books and I combined it with the things that's put in the Bible. And you got to study these things because it worked. some of it work as a form of an allegory, which is stories. Some of it work in parables, in symbols, in codes. And if you don't have the mind to be open-minded and to look into other different books to connect the dots, you're going to be stuck on the stories in the Bible, and you're going to think it means something that it really don't mean, and you taking it out of context. And this is what a lot of the preachers and pastors do. They take it out of context, and they really don't even know what it means, because they're not well versed and studied in what they looking at or reading. Because you have to pull from these different books and scrolls to connect the dots to the Bible so you can get a broader perspective on what it really means. All right? And that's why I'm able to flow with this shit hours and hours and hours and hours. And y'all be like, man, how Brother True can do this shit? What's wrong with this man? Because I'm masterful at this shit, bruh. It's a gift. I'm just masterful at this shit. Another thing that I'm so good at, the reason why I'm so good at doing these lives and these lectures, because I'm getting downloads from the ether. I'm getting downloads in real time from the divine. So when y'all listen to me, y'all be like, man, how this dude able to keep up and just answer questions and just keep going and keep going? It's because I'm well versed and studied at doing this shit for years, far as the work, and also the spirit is allowing me to get synchronicities, to get downloads, so I can just keep it going, to keep it rolling, to keep it going, to keep it rolling, to keep it going, to where it allow you to be like, bruh, this dude know a lot of shit. How he know all this is because one side of it, I'm well versed and studied from the physical aspect of things, and then another side of it, I'm connected to the divine, so the divine is constantly feeding me information. You feel me? And that's why on some of my videos, when y'all see me make the regular videos, the uploads, y'all be like, this brother, he looked like he couldn't hit a duck with a damn motherfucking rock. He's stumbling over his words. He don't know what he really saying. But then when y'all see me do the lives, y'all be like, this nigga is not the same person that be making the videos. Who is this nigga? Who is this person? Why he... And I'm not saying when I make the upload YouTube videos, I'm not saying I don't drop a lot of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, because I do, but I word things differently. When I do the lives, I don't cuss a lot. The reason why I don't cuss a whole lot, because the spirit realm or the divine, when they giving me downloads, I ain't got to cuss. It's coming with pure information. Now, when I'm doing regular YouTube uploaded videos, you might hear me curse a little more. You might hear me stumble over some words. You might hear me talk slower. But when I'm doing the lives, I'm going. That's because you have to understand, when you tap into your purpose and your gift and your calling, God is going to start feeding you downloads and information to wake up the people. You feel me? Especially when it's a subject of matter. So that's why when y'all be listening to me, y'all probably be like, bro, this dude know a lot of stuff. He just taught me like a lifetime worth of shit in one live. How do we know this shit? Because, bro, I'm connected to the divine, bro. I'm really tapped in, bro. Another side is I'm well versed and I do research and studying. When I'm when I'm in the bed laid up at night, you know what I'm doing, y'all? I'm researching stuff. I'm watching old clips. I'm watching and looking into different spaces that pertain or that have different information, that have different knowledge. That's what I do on my spare time if I'm not doing music. If I'm not doing music, I'm researching and studying. That's what I do. I have a gift. I love doing that. I'm passionate about that, bro. Y'all can see this. Y'all know I ain't lying. You can tell by the way I'm talking and the way I'm flowing with this, just the way I'm flowing. You can be like, yeah, he like this shit. I love this shit. This is what I do. That's why I don't charge you for it. That's why I never charge my people to answer their questions, to spit this truth, to spit this knowledge, because I love to do this, bro. I was sent to do this. This is my calling. You feel me? And when you tap into that energy, that pool of energy, you're going to be unstoppable. You're going to be unstoppable, bro. I promise you, bro. You're gonna be unstoppable, bro. It's gonna be like the spirit realm put a key in your back and you can't turn it off. And so sometimes I be having to stop myself. I be having to be like, bruh, damn, bro, you talking too much, because I love this shit, and I'm in real time I'm getting downloads from the spirit realm and from the divine. They giving me downloads. So I'm moving so fast with it I can't even keep up with my own thoughts. And so sometimes I be having to be like, damn, slow it down a little bit, bro. Slow it down. Slow it down. Because you losing people. People not on this level, and you lose people because they just sometimes you got to talk slow. So that's why I try to keep up with the live. I try to answer y'all questions, and I try to keep up with the live in real time, so I won't lose you. Because if you just let me sit back and do this shit, I'm gonna be done lost you. You're gonna be like, man, I don't know what this dude talking about no more, man. He talking about a bunch of different shit, and I can't keep up. So that's why I gotta put a cap on sometimes how into this shit I get, because I can go with it. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's just the level that's just the level we on with it. You feel me? Let me see real quick. Okay, I was down, 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 down. I'm gonna go right here. Michigan say every decade they opening portals, faking deaths, moving who they feel important to their future. Um, Somewhat. I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna say somewhat. I'm gonna say somewhat. Fear Soul got the fire. Lost say the show Paradise. Platinum say we are the temple for real, for real. I'm telling you, man. Listen, bro. The best thing you can do in life is get to know God. Listen to me, man. Lost, Platinum, Deborah, Jasmine, Dee Dee, Truth, Michigan, Fierce Soul, YW, Kai, Cynthia, everybody that's in here. The best thing you can do is tap into your divine gift. That's the best thing you can do in life. You can be broke, down on your ass, busted and disgusted. But if you tap into your divine gift, you're going to feel so fulfilled and meaningful. You're going to feel at joy, at peace, because you tapped into your divine gift. Feel what I'm saying? And that's why it's a lot of people that make a lot of money, but they end up depressed because they not tapped into their divine gifts. Feel what I'm saying? Tap into your divine gift. I'm telling you. Michigan say that too. Let me see. Deborah say, at True Media, I appreciate that. I was thinking what you confirmed, much appreciated. Yeah. That's how you know I'm on point with it, Deborah. You know I'm on point with it, Deborah. Jasmine say, do you ever deal with dark negative thoughts? All the time. All the time. All the time. That's the human side of me. The human side of me, I deal with depression from time to time. I get stressed out. I deal with dark thoughts. Feel me? But the God in me won't allow me to stay in that vibration or that low state of frequency. Feel me? So that's what it's all about, tapping into the God in you so you can rise above them dark thoughts. The Platinum Owl say, everyone does because of all of our thoughts are ours at Jasmine. Jasmine say, is the mark of the beast with dragon with horns, or nah. Or is it a group of people up to no good? It's a group of people up to no good. All right, I'm gonna put it to you like that. It ain't got nothing to do with a physical dragon coming out of the ocean. That was talking about the different nations. When it talks about in the book of Revelations, when it talks about I seen a beast that came out of the sea and it had horns, it was talking about nations. Okay, it wasn't talking about a like the Leviathan. It wasn't talking about the Leviathan like a real beast. Sutri say, you are right about that. anything God like is dismissed and sabotaged these days. Yeah, we living in a lower dimension with people that's operating from a lower frequency. Deborah say, YW, thank you. Michigan say it's a movie called Infinite Pool that exposed all that cloning. Yeah, well, they do it, but you got to be of a higher ranking status though. Michigan, like if you're not on the level of a Michael Jackson, if you're not on the level of a president like a Donald Trump, if you're not on the level of a Hitler, you're not gonna get cloned. They're not about to just clone you if you um Jay-Z. Jay-Z not high enough. He not ranked high enough. Rihanna is not high enough. They're not about to clone Rihanna. Why the fuck do they want to clone Rihanna? She not ranked high enough. They don't go. You have to have a higher ranking, and you have to have now would they give a look-alike? Yeah. They like so they would get a person that look like Rihanna, who look like Rihanna, because we all got somebody that look like us. You know, most of us have 2 or 3 different people that's walking on the earth that look just like us. And you probably met them before. But when it comes to cloning, they don't clone you unless you of a certain status. And I'm not talking about rich. Just because you rich and you a celebrity, that don't mean they're going to clone you. Get that out your head. That don't mean that. You have to be of a certain ranking of power. All right? Kai said, I was brought up in a Christian church. Yeah, me too. Law say, God's mine. YW say, Deborah, no problem. Law say, yeah, that's how my brain and life works. Kai say, good job, bro. I appreciate you, Kai. Law say, I used to be like, oh, that's just coincidence, but nah, it ain't no coincidence. Deborah say, downloads from the Most High, ancestors, facts true. You cooking. Can't stop it, bro. Anything in the way gonna get rolled over. I'm telling you. Anything in the way gonna get rolled over. Because you're not dealing with me. You dealing with the divine, bruh. You gonna get rolled over, dog. I'm telling you what I know. You gonna get your feelings hurt. Because you dealing with astral projection in real time that's looking at you right now in the phone. You just can't see it. You dealing with the spirit realm. So if you anything that try to come up against it, you gonna get body rocked. You gonna get body rocked, bruh. Because you dealing with a different level of spirituality. You're not dealing with me as the flesh. You dealing with the divine. They controlling me right now. They the ones giving me the synchronicities and the downloads. So anything that try to stand in the way, you're going to get body rocked. You're going to get rolled over. And you're going to get your feelings hurt. You see what I'm saying? And so this is why you got to understand, bruh, know who to play that shit with. Know who to play that shit with. Because if you go against the prophets of God, don't be surprised if you get shot tomorrow. If you go against the prophets, the sons and daughters of the Most High, don't be surprised if you end up sick on your deathbed. If you go against the prophets and the sons and daughters of the Most High, don't be surprised if you lose your job or you get in a terrible car accident. You can't fuck with the divine, bro. You're going to get body rocked. You better get out the way and go play with somebody else. You feel me? Especially when we talking about spirituality. We're not talking about religion. I'm not quoting scriptures. This ain't got nothing to do with the Bible. We're talking about spirituality. We're talking about divine frequency and divine guidance and divine intervention. That's another level, bro. You feel me? And when you stand in the way of that, you crossing paths with the wrong shit you don't want to have no parts with. I'm telling you. And so that's why when you're dealing with a tribe of people and you're dealing with a body of people who's on the same frequency, everybody consciousness elevates. So everybody that's in the chat right now, we all elevated to a higher state of consciousness. Because when you find your tribe and you find your spiritual family, and you find those who's aligned with the message that you preaching when it comes from the divine, you all become powerful. And everybody rises and become powerful. And that's why when we do lives over here on True Media, most of the time, everybody frequencies shoot up. It shoots up and everybody consciousness elevates to a different level. It's because we is now being influenced by divine intervention. And so when I catch the spirit, Rag catch the spirit. When I catch the spirit, Platinum catch the spirit. When I catch the spirit, Truth catch the spirit. When I catch the spirit, DD catch the spirit, or YW catch the spirit. And everybody just, we on one wave. We on one wave. You feel me? This shit real, bruh. Shit real. And that's why a lot of people don't last over here on True Media. I used to have a few subscribers and a few loyal members who used to always be over here on True Media. They couldn't keep up. They couldn't keep up with the frequency. So they unsubscribed. It's a lot of people who used to follow True Media. They don't follow me no more. They couldn't keep up with the frequency. They couldn't keep up with the vibration. They couldn't keep up with the teachings. They couldn't keep up with the spirit. They couldn't keep up. So they not over here no more. Because this platform is about becoming tapped into the God that's in you. It's not about religion. It's not about your religious beliefs. I respect your religious beliefs, but this way deeper than just religion. And it's a lot of people that used to follow me, they don't follow me no more because they couldn't keep up. They couldn't keep up. So you know what they did? They unsubscribed and they went back to their religion, or they went back to the Bible, or they went back to a more familiar group that they aligned with. You feel me? And that's why a lot of people don't last on True Media. They don't last over here because the message is too potent. It's too potent, bruh. And only a few people is going to get it. And that's why the Bible say narrow is the way, because everybody ain't going to make it. Everybody ain't going to get through to the kingdom. Everybody ain't going to get it. Everybody ain't going to understand it. Everybody ain't going to grasp the concept because everybody not spiritual. And so I done had people who I used to see every time I go live, they not over here no more. They don't follow me no more because they couldn't keep up. They couldn't keep up. You feel me? And that's the honest to God truth. Let me see. You can't be dead on a channel that's full of life. You can't do it. It ain't gonna work. You can't be dead on a channel that teaches life. True Media, this channel, it teaches life. It don't teach us death. You feel me? And that's why a lot of people that got a dead state of mentality or a dead way of thinking, they don't keep up over here on True Media because this is about eternity. This is about life. True Media is about the progression of life. It's not about your dead thoughts and the indoctrination which you proclaim to believe in. You can't be dead over here on no spiritual channel, on no spirit channel. You can't be dead over here on a channel that's preaching life and spirituality. You ain't gonna keep up. You gonna get left, and you gonna get your feelings hurt, and you gonna think everybody's speaking about you and speaking down on you because you want to come with your dead thoughts and that indoctrination shit, and it ain't gonna fly over here because everybody not dead. You have some people that's really woke in the spirit and they know what's going on. It's not a lot of us, but when we get together, it becomes it becomes like a multitude of us. Feel what I'm saying? Two spiritual people who's divinely inspired outdo a million different people who's indoctrinated. Two people that's spiritual, that's divinely inspired, outdo a million people that's indoctrinated. Remember that shit. Let me see. Let me go down a little bit. Let me see. I was down. La say yes, a very small amount of us out here. Yes, it is. Love information. Danielle say, I don't blame you, True Media. I also look up different patterns I see on human behavior. Yeah, I study all that. I'm just like, I'm into a lot of different stuff. But Platinum say, that's real as F. What's good with you, Tiffany? Tiffany say, same with me. It flow different when I'm in your face. Sutru say, access. That's because our energy becomes a collective pool. And when the divine see that we all on one page, that frequency get the moving, and ideas get the bouncing off of each other, thoughts get the bouncing off of each other. It's a beautiful thing, man, when you find your tribe. Sutri say, uh uh follow your calling and God shall give us the words to speak. That's true. That's very true, Sutri. I like the way you put that. Danielle say, I can't always explain it, but to me all structured religions seem to have similarities. Well, we do. It's all dogma. It's all dogma. All right. It's all dogma for the same purposes when it comes to divine and conquer. Divide and conquer. Excuse me. The Platinum Mile say facts. Danielle said it seems like most organizations don't want anyone to be generally happy with themselves. They don't. They don't. And that's just the way it is. And that's why you got to be a free thinker. Got to think for yourself in life, man. Lost Vlad say that's true. Danielle say I see God more through symbols and angels and numbers, more than mental thoughts. Most of the time, that's because you paying attention, and you got to remember God got 1,000 different ways to show you a sign. Just got to be on point. Deborah say, you on point, bro. 100. I appreciate that, Deborah. Danielle say, true media, at least your honor. You're honest about your humility. I'm gonna always be honest about that. Always, Danielle. You know what I mean? I'm gonna always be honest about that one. Jasmine say, what nations? What you mean? What is you asking me like the one world government? Or are you just saying like what nations? I'm talking about all nations. All. Deborah say true media, when you gave that confirmation, it was an angel number 555. You can't make this stuff up. Yeah. You see? Even with numerology, we know a lot of numerology is also is a different, you know, you can get different messages from the divine through numerology. Numerology um is a signal um that connects to the divine, or you know, that you can pick up on, that can connect you to the divine. Feel what I'm saying? Tiffany say they cloned Tyrone. Yeah, they did. I heard about that. Cynthia say I was brought up in the church too, bro, and studying in the Bible, studied and had them to break it down. Yeah, man, you got, it's a different from reading and studying. When you read the Bible, you miss out on a lot of the interpretations of the scriptures. When you study the Bible, you begin to understand what each scripture mean, and the meaning, or the thought process behind the scripture. So it's a difference between reading the Bible and studying the Bible. Most people read the Bible, but they never study it. So most people never find out what different words mean. And then they don't never find out what it actually mean, far as the setting of the tone which was spoken from these different prophets who wrote different parts of the Bible. Because it's different settings. in different ways that things is set up in the Bible for you to pick up on, but most people never pick up on it because they never study it. They only read it. And that's why they say the Bible work in parables. The Bible work in codes, symbolism. Okay? Michigan say same thing as cloning, LOL. They're not going to prison in well, the thing I'm trying to tell you is a lot of people not cloned Michigan, they under the state of MK Ultra. They not cloned. They just under the state of hypnosis. All right. Kai say, not to get off topic, but Tupac and his alleged killer look alike. Yeah, well, this is what I'm trying to tell Michigan, and I know Michigan know this, and I know a lot of y'all know this. They can find a person that look like you, but that don't mean they cloned you. Cloning and finding somebody that have similar features to you, that's two different things. In Michigan, you should know this. It's not the same. Like if I get cloned, they got to take a portion of my DNA to clone me. If they find somebody that look like you, they can figure out a way to just get somebody to act like you that look like you. But that ain't got nothing to do with cloning. Cloning and finding somebody that's familiar with familiar features that look like you is two different things. It's two different things. Cloning deals with DNA, like literally DNA, the process of DNA being abstracted and being implemented into different fields to allow them to make a duplicate of you. Finding somebody that look like you is normally what they do in Hollywood. They find somebody to look like you and they pay them to, you know, uh, 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 act like you, sound like you, and and things like that. In fact, you have different camps that's set up. You have different camps that's set up with different people who is designed to act like other people. You get what I'm talking about? Let me give you an example. Let's take Hollywood for an example. So in Hollywood, they have different camps or they have different facilities of people who look like Martin Lawrence. And they go to school to act like Martin Lawrence. Do you get it? Hollywood have it to where they have people that look like um uh 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 um what's his name? Cedric the Entertainer. Hollywood have people that look like Cedric the Entertainer. And they have people who go to school to act like Cedric the Entertainer. But that don't mean they cloned Cedric the Entertainer. That just mean that Hollywood sometimes can find they can find a person to act like you. But that don't mean they necessarily cloned you. Cloning is two different things. Cloning is for the big dogs. Cloning is for the big dogs. You're not about to get cloned. Now they can find somebody that look like you, who went to school to act like you, who went to school to dress like you, and who study you. So you have people that's like, let me give you another name. You have different uh um you have different schools that have different people that's signed up to these schools to study different celebrities and act like different celebrities. But that don't mean they cloned the celebrity. That don't mean they cloned that person. Like, I'm gonna give you another example. Um, y'all remember the dude that looked like Kevin Gates? Y'all put a one in the chat if y'all remember the dude that looked and sound like Kevin Gates. He looked just like Kevin Gates. He got a teardrop like Kevin Gates. He sound like Kevin Gates. He rap like Kevin Gates. He act like Kevin Gates. He talk like Kevin Gates. He light skinned like Kevin Gates. Y'all put a one in the chat if y'all ever seen that dude that looked like Kevin Gates and that act and sound like Kevin Gates. Y'all put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat if you ever seen a dude that looked like Kevin Gates. He got teardrops on his face like Kevin Gates. He act like Kevin Gates. He rap like Kevin Gates. He do everything Kevin Gates do. That's a lookalike. That's not a clone. That's not a clone. That's a lookalike. In Hollywood, they have millions of different lookalikes. Millions. Another thing, y'all put a one in the chat if y'all seen a dude that looked at like Lil Durk. It was this dude going around on the internet who was trying to be Lil Durk, and he looked just like Lil Durk. He act like Lil Durk. He dressed like Lil Durk. He talked like Lil Durk. His dress like Lil Durk. It was a lookalike. But they didn't clone Lil Durk. They just got a lookalike. They do this all the time in Hollywood. They do this all the time. They find a lookalike. They don't clone these people. You have to be of a higher status to be cloned. If you're not like a president, if you're not like a leader of a nation, if you're not like um somewhat of like the Pope or the Queen of England, you're not about to get cloned. They're not about to clone you. Now they will find a lookalike to act like you, to imitate you, to dress like you, to talk like you, all that shit. They'll find a lookalike. It's easy to find one of those. You feel me? So that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with lookalikes. You're not dealing with clones. Let me skip down a little bit. Jasmine say, will you ever convert to Islam? No. But if I did ever decide to go back to religion, the one religion I would decide to convert to is Islam. The reason why I say if I ever had to decide to go back to religion, the reason why I say I would choose Islam to convert back to is because Islam is, even though it's religion and it's doctrine and it's dogma, but Islam is uh uh um it's more purity in Islam. And I'm gonna tell you what I mean about purity. Islam is more purity far as the way they worship Allah. You have to keep your hands washed. You have to pray 5 times a day. You have to eat clean. You can't eat no animals or you can't eat no pork. Um, um, you have to uh, uh, um, treat your brother and sisters with love and respect. You got to dress a certain kind of way that's modest, that's acceptable. So if it was any religion I was able I would able go back to if I decided to ever become religious, it would be Islam because Islam is the most purified, or Islam is it have a different level of purity than any other religion. Christians, on the other hand, they smoke, they drink, they don't know how to dress. They think Jesus gonna forgive them for their sins, so that give them the ability to go out and curse people out and do wrong in the name of Jesus. It's no purity in Christianity. It's no purity. Islam, it's a lot of purity from the way you pray, from the way you dress, from the way you worship. You got to keep your hands clean from the things you eat, from the way you treat your brothers and sisters. And so if it was any religion I wanted to ever convert to, if I was ever to decide to go back to religion, which I never will, but if I ever was to decide to choose a religion to convert to, it would by far, it'll be Islam. No question it'll be Islam, because Islam teaches purity. You feel me? Cynthia say, God be the glory. Platinum say, facts, astral projection feels so beautiful, it's not even funny. Tiffany say, that's right, leave us alone, for real, the 144K. Come on now, Tiffany. Michigan say, they're all CIA puppets used to push influence over the youth, literally doing witchcraft over. Yep, that's true. That's true. Now, puppets I can get with. I can get with that, but everybody not clone. The Platinum Owl say facts. Lost Vlad say facts. That's why I be telling people just relax and leave me alone, please, for your sake. Yeah, you don't want no parts of this. You're going to get hit with a whole different, some shit you ain't going to see coming. Platinum Owl say facts and divine force of nature. Come on now. Deborah say facts, bro. True, don't mess with his chosen one. Don't listen. Don't do it. Lost Vlad say I'm not here for none of that. But if you want to my angels and God, do not play twin. Amen. Tiffany say facts. Platinum say facts. Platinum say they couldn't keep up with the real. That's why. That's why the real. That's why. Hold up. Platinum say they couldn't keep up with the real. That's why the real hurts people, but it's what people need, or the truth hurt. But it's what people need. I agree. Everybody not fit for this message over here. Jasmine say, what about Muslims? I think I just spoke about that, Jasmine. Lost Vlad say it's a lot of information. Captain say, brother, true media, hope all is well. I see you in this thing, Captain J. Damn, boy, it's been a minute, man. I see you in this thing. Everything well with me. Hope everything well with you, brother. Lost Vlad say, you will have to kill your flesh to understand God is deep. Yeah, it's straight up. That's real talk, Lost. That's real talk. 2024 Jay say, what's up? What's up with you, Jay? I see you in this thing. Deborah say, bro, true, you jump timelines could be the reason why you don't see them anymore. It's a lot of YouTubers not on my timeline. That's true. They're just not about to keep up with the frequency. They not. And you can jump timelines in real time too. That shit crazy, bro. Listen, that's very true, Deborah. Lost Vlad say, yeah, true, Deborah. Corby say, dang, it's still daylight there. God bless. Yeah, man, I'm in a beautiful, the West Coast, man. I'm on mountain time, man. I'm in the mountains. So, in the mountains, the sun come up early and it kind of stay out a little bit, but it's set quick. But I'm out here in the mountains, man. Uh, Jasmine say, it's sad how I don't see orange or apple trees anymore. It makes, yeah. You don't even see roses. You don't see roses. Remember how you used to walk past certain houses and you used to see hella flowers and roses and lilies? Where the lilies at? Where the lilies of the gardens? Remember the lilies? Remember the rose trees that had hella roses with beautiful colors of all different kind of roses? You didn't even have to go and purchase your roses for Mother's Day. You can just go pick it off a tree and say, hey, mama, happy Mother's Day, and give a rose to your mama right off the tree in your backyard. It used to be rose trees everywhere. It used to be lilies everywhere. You don't even see lilies no more. Where the lilies at? Where the lilies? Where the roses? Where the roses, man? Where the rose petals? The rose trees with the vines, with them sharp ass, pointy ass vines. If you touch that vine, it's gonna pinch the shit out your ass. You know what I'm talking about. When we was younger coming up, it used to be thousands of vine trees with roses, beautiful roses, yellow, white, red, green, orange, beautiful roses. Where's they at? Where's they at? Where the lily tree? Where the lily? Where's the lilies at, man? The lily plants. You don't even see no lilies. Where is the wish plants? Remember the wish the plant they used to have, the ball, the snowball, and we used to call them wish plants, or the we used to blow them. We used to blow them before we make a wish. Where's those at? Where's they at? You don't see none of this shit no more. We used to pick up the little the wish flowers, the wish flowers. We called them wish flowers. And they was about this big. They was real skinny, and they had like, cotton at the top of it. And we used to blow off the cotton, and we used to call them wish flowers. Where's those at? You don't even see those. Ain't that crazy? They all gone. All of them. That's crazy. Crazy, man. Danielle say, true media, at least you're honest about your human limitations. Yeah, I got to be, sis. I would be doing y'all disservice if I wasn't. Platinum Out say, I seen 555 earlier today. Yeah, pay attention, man. Pay attention to those that numerology. Distracting this thing, distract reality. I see you in this thing, my brother. Appreciate the $5 dono and super chat. Say, what's the issue with one world order? I like the idea, but we so disconnected as a whole. The thing about it is they using it for different agendas, trying to get everybody on one accord so we can go against our true nature. Now, if one world order was created so we can all tap into our true nature or the true God that's within us, that's a different story. To be sound-minded and to be one of of a kind when it comes to what we, when it comes to tapping into the God in us. But they're not creating a one world order for that. They're creating it for control purposes, to control us and to manipulate us and to deceive us and to enslave us. So that's what's wrong with their version of the one world order or the new world order or the one world government. Jasmine say every country is involved with the mark of the beast, even Ghana. That's sad. All of them. If you look at the picture of the global elite, you're going to see the president from Africa. You're going to see Donald Trump. You're going to see Barack Obama. You're going to see John Nkoon. You're going to see Putin. You're going to see all the world leaders. They take pictures together. They go to dinner together. They make new ideas together. They come up and implement different strategies for different rules and regulations together. They all is together. They take pictures together. All you got to do is look up the world government. If you look up the world government, you're going to see Barack Obama. You're going to see Donald Trump. You're going to see Kamala Harris. You're going to see Joe Biden. You're going to see President Bush. You're going to see Clinton. You're going to see Hillary Clinton. You're going to see Putin. You're going to see the leader of Saudi Arabia. You're going to see the president of Africa. They all take pictures with each other because they all have formed an alliance to be the ruling elite or the one world government. They take pictures with each other. All you got to do is look up the world government and you will see them taking pictures with each other. You will see them breaking bread with each other, smiling with each other, laughing with each other. This is what they do because they all on the same team. All of them. All of them. So just look up. I'm going to give you some kind of form of homework assignment, after we get done on this live. Look up one world government. And when you look up the one world government, you're going to see all these different leaders from all these different nations who's taking pictures, who's laughing, eating, doing all this shit together because they all together. You're going to see China president. You're going to see North Korea and John Un-kun. You're going to see Russian president Putin. You're going to see the president of Ghana. You're going to see all the presidents of America, the former presidents. They all is with each other. You're going to see the presidents and the leaders of Europe. You're going to see the president of the different states that's in Canada. They all with each other. They take pictures with each other. They eat together. They go on lunch together. They call the ruling elite. All right. All you gotta do is look it up. It'll pop up. Deborah say I see odd numbers all day long, especially 11, 11, 5, 5, 5, 12, 34, the highest uh angelic number. Yeah, make sure you pay attention, Deborah. Michigan say, oh, like get out. Yeah, like get out. That's MK Ultra. That's what that dude, that black dude, his nose started bleeding after the phone, after they flashed that camera. That's MK Ultra. That's hypnosis. Michigan say, it's not about the cloning. It's what say my bad. Michigan say my bad. Deborah say, wear bodysuits that look like you clones taking time. Yeah. Up T say, cardiac arrest, Kevin Gate voice. Yeah. Yep. Shorty say, I believe it's those who are pretending to be Christians that do those things. I've come to learn that the ones who are truly Christians don't do things like that. Yeah, I hear you. I ain't saying they all the same, but it just don't fit right with my spirit. Deborah say, I would choose Islam too. It's in order. It's ordered in they house. I studied in the temple for 2 years. Yeah, Islam is filled with purity, and they would disown you too. And I'm not saying that Islam don't have a bunch of hypocrites, because they do got a bunch of hypocrites. They do. And, based on a large portion of the scriptures of the Quran is tied into the Bible. And it's a lot of blasphemous things that's being taught in the Quran. Like, if a man worship Allah, when he die, he shall go to heaven and have 90 wives. Why would it say some shit like that in the Quran? It shouldn't be no flesh and blood that inherit the kingdom of God. So why would that verse be in the Quran? How can a spiritual man of Allah have 90 virgins in heaven if it ain't no flesh and blood in paradise? Somebody made a mistake. Somebody lied. Somebody bamboozled you. Somebody contradicted themselves. Because from what I was told, it ain't no flesh and blood that shall inherit the kingdom of God. So why in the Quran does it say a man that's just, that put his faith and trust in Allah, he shall have 90 virgins when he get to paradise? 90 virgins? Why would they put that in the Quran? Why? Because the Quran is just like the Bible. Most of it is indoctrination. That's just the truth. Deborah say, why you don't see roses anymore? We jump timelines, bro. That's what's missing. Yeah. And remember the smell of the roses used to enlighten your mentality and the way you think. The smell of the trees and the fruit trees have something to do with your frequency elevating. And that's why a lot of people out here is thinking at a low level of frequency, because you don't have no more fruit trees, you don't have no more rose trees, you don't have no more vines, you don't have none of these things to help with the smell or to help with your sense. When you used to sit around these rose trees and you smell them, it raises your frequency, it raises your vibration. And that's another reason why they cut them down. That's another reason why they cut them down. Because, when you smell these, even the sunflower plant, what happened to the sunflower plant? Y'all remember the sunflower plant that produces sunflower seeds? I don't even see them no more. It's a lot of plants that I don't see no more. Y'all remember the sunflower plant that looked like the sun? It looked just like the sun. What happened to those? Where they go? Why they not around no more? Why we don't see them no more? It's because those plants raise your vibration and they raise your frequency when you smell them. You feel me? They raise your frequency. They raise your vibration. It's good. It's good. It's good. Uh, 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 Carbon dioxide. You feel me? And that's why they cut down all the plants. They cut down the trees, all the herbs. They pretty much got rid of everything. Platinum say facts also where the lightning bugs. The lightning bugs too. Remember them bugs that used to glow in the dark? And we used to call them light bugs. And you could see them at night. They was like flies. And they used to glow in the dark. They used to change colors too. They used to change to the color green. They used to change to the color yellow. And they used to change to the color white, bright. What happened to those? We don't even see them no more. You don't even see them no more. You feel me? They're getting rid of a lot of shit, man. And then there's just a lot of things that's becoming extinct because they can't keep up with the energy towers or the 5G towers or the radiation towers. So it's causing a lot of fruit trees not to grow. It's causing a lot of insects to go extinct. It's causing a lot of the plants not to grow at the rate that they used to grow at because now the earth is full of radiation. It's full of radiation. And it's killing off the life force of the planet. Blue in this thing, what's good with you? Blue say, what's up with you, brother? How things been? Man, everything been good with me, Blue. Glad to see you back in the place to be. Blue say, Platinum Owl say, what's up at Blue? How you been? Deborah say, where the frogs at? Very little with them. Don't even see frogs no more. Barely see frogs. The Platinum say, Dylan, the Dillians. Yeah, dang, it's a different way you say it. My bad. I always mess it up. Then down the Dillians. I forgot. It's another way you say it though, but I know what you're talking about. They all gone, bro. You don't see none of them. Blue say Platinum same old, just chilling. How about you? T say they selling those roses and everything at Home Depot and other stores. They taking the earth from us and selling it back to us. Shaking my head. That's what they doing. That's what they doing. That's what they doing. Michigan say they got rid of them so you couldn't connect that Horton here. Horton here. Yep. You don't even see seashells. What happened to the seashells? Seashells help raise your frequency and connect you to Mother Earth. Remember when we was kids and we used to dig in the sand and we used to have seashells and we used to put the seashells up to our ears and we used to hear the ocean? Where the seashells at? What happened to the seashells? And we know that it's still seashells on the ocean, but remember, it used to be seashells in our backyards. It used to be seashells at the park. It used to be seashells on the sidewalks, growing out of the dirt. You don't see them no more. You don't see them no more. And remember, we used to take the seashells, and for people who got dreads, we used to put the seashells in our dreads so it can heal you, because seashells heal you, and seashells is good for energy, and seashells is good to elevate your frequency, and you can hear the ocean. So you automatically knew, or you automatically had a direct tie to the ocean by picking up a seashell and listening to the frequency or the vibration of the seashell. The vibration of the seashell used to connect you to the waves of the ocean. You can't even find the seashell no more because they know that seashells connects you to the sea. It connects you to the ocean without even being around the ocean. It's crazy, bro. Michigan say, or Ricky and Mortar. Platinum say, true, Blue 420 none new. Just been trying tap a deeper into spirituality and trying to work on this transformation journey I'm going through right now. Yeah, man. It's a blessing. Blue say, true, you right. The jealousy and haters come out when they see you shining, it's wild, man. They always they watching. They watching your every move, man. Michigan say, or man in black too. Blue say that's awesome. It's hard for me, not gonna lie. Blue say, John, why are you disrespecting True? Who is John? I don't know John. Who is John? What you talking about, Blue? Cause I ain't see nothing that John was saying. So maybe God not allowing me to see whoever John is. Look like he got blocked or he got put on timeout. Ed Blue say, that's facts. The more you shine, the more you blind the eyes of evil spirits. That's facts, Platinum. Michigan say, that's what they really been hiding. Not all that reptilian. Yeah, facts. John was timed out by Platinum Owl. Yeah, John, whoever John was got timed out. So I don't know what he was talking about. I didn't even see his messages. CJ say, yeah, that kind of shit worries me. That you heard that you will own nothing and be happy by 2030. What they mean by that? Yeah, see. Rad say, love you, bro, for real, fam. You already know, Rad. Come on now, bro. We in this thing together. Let's keep it going. Michigan say, MJ, leave me alone. Expose my claims. Blue say, Platinum, that's 100 for real. Deborah say, at John Muller, I didn't see nothing. What is y'all talking about, John? I didn't see nothing he was talking about. God wouldn't allow me to see it, so he wouldn't disrupt the chat and the frequency of this live. So God didn't let me see. Whatever he was talking about, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Blue Cat say Deborah John. Yeah, we ain't gonna even talk about him. He gone. Uptight said the definition of one world government is diabolical when you type it in, shaking my head. Yeah. And you're gonna see all the leaders sitting up there laughing together. Danielle Washington said, I wonder if the gatherings towards the political leaders and etc. are real. Yeah, it's real. They commune together, Danielle. They work together. They work together. Up T said a lot of Will Smith movies predicted the future from Man in Black to iRobot. That's facts. Let me see how far along I am. Okay, I'm right here. Ain't that far. I'm skip down a little bit. CJ say, yeah, that's kind of weird. Okay, no. I'm down. Okay, I'm right here. I'm right here. Platinum say, that's why they poison the soil as well, because you can use herbs and plants to tap into the wind forces. Yep. Sure could. Sure could. Danielle say, who knows? Maybe we'll have to buy seeds and grow our own plants. Eventually, we're gonna have to get back to it. 2000 say four planes. What happened to worms and roly polies? That's my point, Truth. You don't see worms. You don't see roly polies. You don't even see salamanders. Remember salamanders, Truth? Truth, I know you old enough to go back to the 90s, like me, in the early 2000s. Truth, remember we used to pick salamanders? Remember the salamanders? They used to be in the dirt, and they used to be hella big. The salamanders. What happened to the salamanders? You don't even see salamanders no more. You don't even see salamanders. It's a lot of shit you don't see no more, man. It's crazy, dog. CJ says, G, post this live. You preaching on this mother effer. You already know what's going up, brother. Come on, man. You know what's going up. Shorty say, we still have lightning bugs in my hometown or Flint. They usually come out around 8 at night during the spring and summer seasons, but it's only in a small area now, though, Shorty. Remember, they used to be everywhere. They used to be everywhere you go. Now you only see them in a small regional area, in a small town city somewhere. And it's very rare if you see them. Deborah say, do you know they got French fries? Uh uh you drop capsules in the hot grease and you see French fries, it's mind blowing. I didn't know that. Danielle say, I've noticed lately the sun has been hotter and closer to Earth than before. Yeah, that's what comes with everything elevating. CJ say, dandelions. 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 There you go. Thanks for breaking it down for me, CJ. Dandelions. There you go. Dandelions. Dandelions. I always get it tongue twisted. Dandelions. Dandelions. Raz say dandelions. Yeah, man. Shorty say frogs are also known as amphibians. Yeah, definitely. The Platinum Mile say uh 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 facts, Shorty. Deborah say facts. Where the seashells? Nope. Where the seashells at? Raz say yeah, dandelions are nice to look at, and it seems those been MIA too. LOL. Don't even see them no more. Don't even see them no more. Los Blas say uh Trump done said he about to be prime minister of Israel. Well, you got to think Trump works for the Jews. Who owns Israel? The Jews, and that's who Trump worked for. Platimile say that's so true. Facts. Danielle say that's why people put seashells in their hair before to make their hair grow. Seashells is good for your brain. You know, your brain cells. Seashells is good um, for brain signal, which keeps you connected to nature. It's good for that. It's good for your blood. It's a lot of different properties with these different instruments that's natural to the earth that we don't see no more. You wonder why you don't see them. You wonder why you don't see them. Platinum say that's so true. Facts. I blocked John. Oh yeah, block him. Do your thing, Platinum. You know what to do, Platinum. Danielle say what happened to John Boy. I don't know. I don't even know what he was talking about. I didn't see nothing he put. Platinum, you doing your thing, big dog. I appreciate you, Platinum. If you see anybody doing some stupid shit, that's why I gave you permission to block their ass. Get them out of here or put them on timeout. Platinum say facts. Deborah say we can buy our own food, but the seeds and soil was t- um tampered now. Tampered now. What's the use of growing? Well, you still can get some organic seeds. You just got to know where to go. Shawty say, yes, you're absolutely right. They did use to be everywhere. They used to be everywhere, Shorty. Everywhere. Danielle say, I know when I know when it rains real hard in my area, I see earthworms come out the dirt. Shorty say, I'm trying to figure out what these data centers are being built for. Well, it's a various of different reasons why they're being built. For data, to store your every move, to monitor your steps, and um, um, to decrease uh, uh, your vibration. You feel me? It's just lowering your frequency. Platinum say to create water shortages. As Shorty, that's another one. Danielle say to me, dandelions are the most innocent flower ever created. Deborah say, my bad, to have French fries, drop it in grease, and out come real French fries. Wow. CJ say, do you got Instagram? I want to talk to you about something. Yeah, I got Instagram. True Media. Just put True Media Empire. That's my Instagram. Or if you want my music Instagram, Young Cheese Official. I don't give a lot of people my music Instagram because they're gonna fall into some another, the music side of me. So I try to lead people back to my True Media Instagram, but my True Media Instagram is True Media Empire 777. CJ say, okay. Deborah say things are changing fast for the worse, only to get better. Cheryl Love in this thing say, hey handsome, how you doing, Cheryl? Welcome to the live. I appreciate everybody. Thank you, Cheryl, for showing up. Thank everybody for showing up. That's gonna be the end of the live. We will be making a part 2 about the one world government because I want to dive deeper into the discussion. And we will be coming up with another series part, or another video about the New World Order, talking about the other side of the New World Order that they really didn't explain to most people. So I love y'all. God bless y'all. Everybody, I hope y'all have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy yourself. Stay blessed out there, man. Take care of yourself, and y'all keep y'all head up. Until next time, I love y'all. God bless y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. 100.